Welcome everybody to List Critics 2. I'm your host Armageddon Time along with NecroVMX.
Well, he's the co-host. He got a little ahead of himself there.
Well, I'm dreaming. I'm a dreamer.
Yeah. Oh, well, some would say that you're the only one, or something. I don't know. I
I'm
fucked
not
it up.
the only one.
Yeah. Some would say you're a dreamer, but you're not the only one. That's how it goes. I fucked it up.
Okay, that's fine.
That's John Lennon. You know, he died the day before I was born.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. So, are you trying to insinuate something?
Absolutely not.
Are you the reincarnation of John Lennon?
Of the king of the hippies? No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
So, welcome to List Critics 2, and we're going to begin, as we always do, with 21 instances of Tumblr getting deep.
Getting deep in your pants.
By the way, did you listen to List Critics this month?
I did.
I had so many lists. We did not get to all of them. It felt like the episode went by very quickly. Turned out it was nearly 3 hours. Of course, like Tanya maybe spent 30 minutes on the phone.
That was entertaining in its own separate right.
I'm sure it was for all of y'all, but it wasn't entertaining for me.
No, that sucks.
But I still have so many leftover lists from that.
I heard that there were going to be some you're like, we'll do it next time.
I meant with you, so.
Yeah.
All right, so but first Tumblr gets deep. And they posted this like right after we finished up with List Critics, so.
Oh, cool.
So it's the new edition. Wet Fruit says, why did we stop building castles? I feel like humanity might live to regret that.
I really do like the idea of castles, and I wish they were still kind of around.
Well, they kind of are, but they're usually built and purchased as like vanity things, just like really rich people, just to be able to say they have a castle.
Yeah, I have a summer castle and
just like some people could buy islands, you know, small islands.
Yeah. Jeez.
Which are not nearly as expensive as you would think.
To buy an island?
It's not as expensive as you'd think. I actually saw a website that was listing like islands for sale. And
as you do.
And how much would you think? You would think in the millions, if not tens of millions, right?
Probably.
No, more like tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands?
Yeah,
dang.
they were not that. I gotta figure though the cost involved with upkeep and getting there and everything is probably makes it not so worth it.
Upkeep? Don't those things upkeep themselves? It's like a piece of land.
No, but think about like you're gonna build a house there, you're gonna live there, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So how are you gonna get someone out to repair the fridge? You're gonna have to like have them flown out or. To like let's say you had an island near Hawaii, you're gonna have to have them flown out to Hawaii and then have like a helicopter bring them to like your island, you know?
Just have like a separate shed full of fridges, so when one stops working, throw it out and get it.
Yeah, but you got to ship them there. How you gonna ship them there? Think about the logistics of it. You know what I mean? It's a logistical nightmare. Moving on, SadHorror04. That's the person's name that they chose on Twitter. I did not choose Tumblr. I did not choose it for them. SadHorror04 says, if a demon possessed me, I'd just be like, okay, take it from here. Good luck, man.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Fight it?
Well, I mean, I guess you could, but it's like, I think what this person's trying to say is they think maybe the demon would have better luck living their life than they have so far. They're like, all right, it's on you now.
Yeah, you can deal with my crippling debt.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, exactly. Ben wins... I think it's Ben. It's either Ben Winstagram or Ben W Instagram.
I like Winstagram.
Winstagram sounds better. The fact that sloths aren't extinct somehow proves that if you go at your own pace and mind your own fucking business, you too can succeed.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Aren't they endangered though?
I don't know, maybe, but they're still around.
Are sloths endangered? I gotta look this up.
I don't know. They're adorable.
They are surprisingly cute. They are critically endangered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, that kind of proves that point is moot because they wouldn't be around if not for people trying to conserve them.
Because they're so adorable.
Well, I think that people who are into conservation of animals don't really care how cute they are, but I'm glad they're doing that. Like, if they start saying mosquitoes are going extinct, I'll be like, we'll just let that one go, okay?
Yeah, there's plenty of other bugs to feed, animals.
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention the fact they carry disease. They're just horrible. And Knuckles says, Shaq's, that's me yelling tweet is objectively the best tweet. And then Shaq replies with, that's me agreeing with you.
So Shaquille O'Neal tweeted out, that's me yelling?
Yeah. Have you ever seen his Twitter? It's hilarious.
I have not seen his Twitter.
He is so self-aware and so funny. He's incredibly funny.
Shoutouts for Kazam fans.
Oh, man. He don't give a fuck. He trying to do Shaq Fu too.
Steel
was terrible, man.
It was.
Okay, overly obsessed fan queen says, fucking NASA, I'm fucking pissing myself. You know how all of Jupiter's moons are named after his lovers and affairs? Yeah. NASA is sending a craft to check up on Jupiter. You know what the craft is called? Juno. Who's Juno? Jupiter's wife. NASA is sending Jupiter's wife to check on Jupiter and his affairs and lovers. Fucking NASA.
I guess NASA can be a little self-aware.
Well, they've always had a little bit of a sense of humor with their naming conventions. So.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. So if you think about it, Jupiter's just surrounded by all his stable right there.
Nice.
Yeah. You Can Call Me Potter says, do you ever think back on old conversations with people and think, oh, foreshadowing, that was real life foreshadowing? I've never thought that, but that is a thing, I think.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I never put it in that lighter perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Official United States, we've seen this one a few times. He says, the year is 2088. There was only one tree left. The tree is cut down and used to make a newspaper with the headline, No More Trees.
You ever pondered the definition of irony?
Who came up with that? Franz Kafka? That's crazy.
Oh, all right.
Primus the Bomb says, I threw a grape in the air to catch it in my mouth, but it went too high and hit the ceiling, and there was a spider there, and the spider fell, and so did the grape, and they both landed on my face, and I still haven't stopped screaming. That was all caps, the entire thing, by the way.
That would be a nightmare.
That's pretty terrible, yeah. NXV replies with, I read the first line in my head in the tune of Call Me Maybe, I'm so stupid. And then Rosie Beck replies with, I threw a grape in the air, I went to catch it, I swear it hit a spider that fell, and now they're on my face. That's pretty good, actually.
That is unintentionally hilarious.
It is, I think it's intentional.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I mean, the original post unintentionally brought on something extra.
Also horrifying.
Fuck. Have you ever, like, done something and then, like, a spider or a bug land in your mouth or you're on your face or something?
Yeah, but not like that.
Ugh.
Llama-Palooza says, yes, babe, the Heelys are off this time, I promise. Please come back to bed. Rip sheets off to reveals the Heelys are still on. I fucking lied. The swag never stops.
Heelys? Like heel-toed shoes?
The Heelys are those shoes that a couple of years ago, around, I want to say 2008, 2009, these were super popular with kids. They have like little wheels in them.
Oh.
So they're like sneakers, but they're also kind of skates.
That's, yeah, I've seen those.
You remember, you'd see kids kind of like sliding?
A little, like,
Yeah.
That was weird. Okay.
It was weird, yeah. But I don't know about this person thinking they're swag.
I'd like to think that, is it if you click your heels together, like they'll go ba-junk, and the wheels come out?
I think it's because the wheel is in the heel.
That would be so awesome. Like you click them and they, like, and a little bit of smoke.
Okay, now you think that's awesome in your head, but I'm going to say that you unintentionally took that from Batman and Robin, and therefore it sucks.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I tried to get that out of my head.
Retract. Freckled Lightskin says napping together is an important part of a relationship. Okay. I don't know about that, but okay.
To this person.
It's a good part. I don't know if it's important.
Yeah.
Mario Wiki says when you hit the last lap in Mario Kart and the music speeds up, and they just this picture of this woman driving a car, and it's like extreme motion blur, and she's like screaming.
Oh yeah, kind of like when you're running out of time in the original Super Mario Brothers.
And then the music goes all fast, yeah. Slutty Olive Oil is the next person's name. These names are sometimes just as funny as the jokes. I wonder if anyone notices that I only wear like 3 pairs of pants.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, people could have multiple pairs of pants, but I mean, how many variants on the traditional pant are you going to get?
Well, see, here, I mean, I personally only wear khakis.
Ah, okay.
So, there's really, like, there's the khakis that are the traditional khaki color, and then there's like the dark blue ones, and then that's pretty much it.
The early 2000s
So-
called. They're giving you a thumbs up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a job, okay? That's why I wear
Right.
khaki. But I also find them comfortable, and I don't like jeans, you know what I mean? I just don't.
I like khakis too. I have a pair of
Yeah.
khaki shorts. And
But
they're-
anyway, they're really only come in 2 colors, is my point. So you can have 50 pairs of pants, and no one would tell the damn difference.
Okay,
So who
in the
cares?
early 2000s, I owned a pair of yellow jeans. It was a mistake.
That is a mistake. I remember seeing somebody in red jeans.
I've seen orange.
Jeans there's only 2 colors that are acceptable.
Blue
There's
and black.
blue and there's black.
There used to be those white, remember? Like the denim? No, or,
Ain't that
denim.
corduroy?
Or quarter. Oh, yeah.
Corduroy's something completally different. That's
Okay.
a high level of nerd right there. You wear corduroy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where your thighs catch on fire if you go running. All right. Angel Rass. Is that something backwards? No, it's not. Whenever I see write one interesting fact about yourself, I immediately forget everything that I've done and seen ever. That is some truth that they laid down right there.
That's just being put on the spot, right? there.
Like if I was to say to you, hey, tell me something interesting about yourself, you'd be like, oh, well, and you'd tell me some story. But once it's on paper, fuck it.
Yeah.
You cannot answer that question.
Because it's going to be there for much longer than you actually speaking the words.
That's true. Raiku says, I'm still pissed off that birds get to spend their days flying about and cats get to sleep for 16 hours a day and I'm stuck dealing with capitalism and expectations. Let me put that on vibrate. That's just Twitter. It's not I just got a new follower. Thank you, Ben Landis. But let me put that on
Alright.
vibrate. It's on vibrate. Okay. Poorly Drawn People says, sees a dog. God, I hope he thinks I'm cool.
that you're hoping the dog approves.
Well,
of you.
here's the thing about dogs, and this is why they're man's best friend. They always think you're cool.
Well, I mean, there have been times that I've seen dogs, just either not pay attention to someone or they'll growl a little bit at somebody.
Well,
even
they
though
got something
even
else
though-
going on, you know?
Even though they're just hanging out,
Yeah, it's true. This next one is Dog EXE. The sun doesn't have to go to college because it already has 28 million degrees.
Don't.
Boy, that was low.
That was pretty good, though.
That was low on the totem pole right
It's a little
there.
clever.
Nah, I don't know about that.
It's clever.
Donald says, finish this Christmas song, Dashing Through the... And Lord Dark Fetus replies with, Supermarket Hartley, I need to find syrup. I need all the syrup I can buy, enough to fill 4 bathtubs. I'm going to cover myself in syrup and slide around the ground to achieve maximum velocity. Get ready, world. I'm coming your way fast. Went in a very different direction than I expected.
Yeah, that's
Like, once he
pretty
started with,
funny.
I need to get
Awesome.
syrup, I thought it was going to be related to, like, I don't know, some sort of, like, Christmas cookie or something.
I was thinking maple syrup, but,
Well, yeah. There's lots of
I'm
different
Canadian, so.
There's different types of syrup, though, so. Could be blueberry. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never had blueberry syrup?
No.
It's good shit.
Mm.
As long as it's the real shit. Just like maple syrup, you got to get the real shit. But you're in Canada, so you're
Yeah.
surrounded by the real shit.
The Quebec shit.
Yep. Hannah Apple says, my therapist and I decided that from now on when I'm thinking something negative about myself, I'm going to imagine that Donald Trump is saying it because it's really easy for me to just tell him to fuck off. Example, Trump, your thighs are fat. Me, fuck you in your fucking wall. I think we're onto something here. And
Your thighs are fat.
yeah, Just Did Recovery Things replies with, this is probably the best coping skill I've ever seen, and I am 10 billion% going to use it too.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Honestly, that could work.
Just
That could
imagine
work.
someone you don't like is saying something negative about yourself.
So Donald Trump.
Yeah, there you go.
Fart Gallery, we've seen this name many, many times, says, say less lettuce 10 times fast. Livy Leap says, I feel accomplished. I said it without a hitch, smiley face. And Fart Gallery replies with, good. Soon, everybody will be chanting for less lettuce. My plan to rid the world of vegetarians has begun very smoothly.
I am marketing time, and I approve this message.
Well, I gotta say that, I don't necessarily agree with vegetarianism and everything, but I like vegetables.
Oh yeah, vegetables are great,
Yeah.
but not if that's the only damn thing you eat.
Well, I say whatever makes you happy as long as you're not fucking obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
I've known vegetarians and vegans that were completely cool people, and I've known them that you just can't be around them without wanting to rage out. So.
Or sometimes you get the people who once you talk about vegetarians and vegans, they'll be like, "What's wrong with them? They don't like meat. They're stupid." Like, okay,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, well,
idiots on both
that's
sides.
the other end of the spectrum right there, the obnoxious
Idiots,
carnivore.
idiots
Yeah,
everywhere.
exactly. Sleepy says, future apartment goals. Small but not cramped, balcony, has a bath and shower, big kitchen, good Wi-Fi, big windows, located close to a 24/7 corner store. A Connor Manning replies with, the bar is so low. And Posterior to Life says, and yet it is nearly impossible.
I actually live near a 24-hour convenience store.
Well, let's see. How many of these does your place have? Okay, so you got the corner store.
Yes.
You got big windows?
I do.
You got good Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it's right there.
You got a big kitchen?
Yeah, for one person,
Okay.
it's huge.
Bath and shower?
Yep.
Balcony?
No.
Okay, so that's the one thing. And is it small but not cramped?
Yes.
So you're just missing the one thing. And personally, I think that's the least important thing on there.
And honestly, if I had a balcony, I probably wouldn't use it much.
I mean, nice weather, you hang out there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Essence Worm says, petition, rename fire ants to spicy boys.
Spicy boys?
That's hilarious. Can you imagine, oh God, there's spicy boys all over me.
It takes on a whole new meaning.
Oh my God, it takes on a very interesting meaning. Out of 21, what say you, Armagiggity time? I thought these were pretty good. I thought this was a good grouping.
I'll go 19 out of 21.
I'll go 20. All right. 15 Twitter jokes everyone should read, also from Pleated Jeans. These particular ones have been weak lately, so I hope this is a good one.
Come on, man.
Okay. Hippo at Internet Hippo says, she ate poison. We have to make her vomit. Everyone looks at me. I roll my eyes and start getting naked.
Ah, because they're ugly, so they vomit.
Well, that's the thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Good account that's sort of bad says, all my tattoos mean something. For example, the Chumbawamba lyrics on my ribcage mean, I don't drink tequila anymore.
All right.
How drunk would you have to be to get Chumbawamba lyrics tattooed across your ribcage?
And of all bands, Chumbawamba.
The band that anyone knows just one song, and it's a song with extremely repetitive lyrics.
Yeah, about getting lit up.
Yeah, pretty much. It's funny because then people went out and they bought the record and they found out it was all hardcore anarchist shit.
Yeah.
King Rainhead at King Rainhead says, the first day of prison, walk straight up to the biggest, toughest guy there and just hold him. He's under enormous pressure. Ask if he's okay. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's the kind of joke you like smile at, but you don't laugh at.
Yeah, the kind of joke where you say it's funny, but you don't.
Yeah. You know, it is funny, but it's not laugh out loud funny. It's clever. Lee Tischioni at Lee Tischioni says, make snow angel motions in bed every morning trying to find phone. Yes. That's not a joke. That's just life.
I've done that before.
Everybody
several
has.
times.
Yes. Broad City LARPer at Rachel Millman says, Batman is actually just a goth cop. Okay. I'm goth cop.
Gotham cop.
Oh, there you go.
Hmm.
There you go.
It's right in the name.
You know, I mean, Gotham is actually slang for New York City people started calling it that around the end of the 19th century. So when they called the city in the comics Gotham City, they were like being like really like, yeah, this, like, come on, we're putting it right in your face there.
So, but does Gotham mean something?
No, it's just something that somebody described some famous journalist described New York City as Gotham, and it just kind of stuck.
Huh, okay.
You gotta remember it was the steampunk era, so.
Yeah,
So
all right.
it probably was pretty cool. Ali Garfinkel at Oligarchy, that's a clever name, says, me explaining humans to aliens. And sometimes, when we're bored, we intentionally poison ourselves with stuff that could kill us for fun. Now, that's all fucking ass backwards. That is not how you tell a joke. That is not the way you would explain it to the alien. You would explain it normally, but that's how they would understand it.
Mm-hmm. You say, like, how aliens interpret us imbibing alcohol.
Yeah, see, that would have been funny if the punchline's good, the setup sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jazzmaster says, I get on a roller coaster with my washing machine. Hold tight, son. Wait, if you were here then, son is at home with a mouthful of laundry. We've seen that one before. That's a repeat.
Yeah, oh well.
All right. Sean at Online Sean says, I keep getting bills from the memory erasing clinic, but I've never been there. Okay.
No.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I would imagine that if it was a such thing, kind of like Luna from Eternal Sunshine, they would probably make you pay up front.
Is that like the Men in Black thing?
No, you ever see the movie The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
No.
First of all, it's an amazing fucking movie and you should see it. It's a movie where there's this company called Luna, where if you have like a bad breakup, you can pay them to erase the person from your memory.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. That sounds unsafe.
Well, there's a funny... Jim Carrey's the main character,
Yeah.
and he's like, is there any risk of brain damage? And the doctor says, well, technically speaking, this is brain damage, but don't worry, it's just on par with a night of hard drinking.
Well, that's cool. I guess it's like it's kind of like the reverse.
It's a surrealist thing. It's a really insanely good movie. You should see it. Bucky Isotope says, Captain America, punches guy. Take that, villain. Captain Britain, punches guy. Take that, governor. Captain Canada, punches guy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, kind of.
There should be a Captain Canada.
There's a Captain Canuck, and it's
Captain
real.
Canuck. Well, I remember there was a Deadpool comic where they tried to get him to become like Captain Canada.
Really?
Yeah. And he's like, I'm the first choice for this, right? You didn't ask Wolverine first, right? And they're like, of course, we thought of you first. And then it turned out that the suit didn't fit him because it was fitted for Wolverine.
It was a little short.
Yeah. Snorkel Hua Hua at Wiener Dog for Life, we've seen this person's name before, says, Houston, we have a problem. I have the space hornies.
Like, you're horny for aliens?
No, I think they mean they're horny and they're in space.
Ah.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
Because, I mean, you can have the hornies, and then you can have the space hornies.
Yeah, maybe that's just futuristic.
Looking for some Orion slave girls.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
You see the new Star Trek trailer, by the way?
I have.
That shit looks hot.
It looks...
Can't wait to see it.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it.
EJ Gomez at EJ Gomez says, Hey, Dad, can I ask your mother? Do we really have to do this every time? Do it! Dad puts on wig. Mom, can I ask your father? I hate living with you, Dad. Wow, that was very dark.
Yeah.
Dustin A. Harkin says, chivalrous men still exist, but the restaurants with the extra set of doors after the first set have waged a war that we cannot be won.
All right.
Okay. It's something to think on. It's not funny, though.
Yeah, it's a thought piece.
Tommy Tough Stuff. Tommy Tough Stuff says, phones... Okay, this is actually pretty good. Phone sex with a psychic. Tell me what I'm wearing. Alright, I see you there, Tommy Tough Stuff.
Very nice, very nice.
Miata Ham Life at Dr. Ghost Baby says, invite your coworkers over for a barbecue. Barbecue isn't a word, so if they show up, don't let them in. Trust no one.
Barbecue.
Yeah. Come up for Homer's BBBQ. The extra B is for BYOBB. What's that extra B for? That's a typo.
I like that.
Ibid at Ibid78 says, sex is a lot like chess. It takes practice to be good. You have to adapt quickly to your partner's moves, and you're going to sacrifice some horses. Wow.
Whoa. What?
Oh, you never sacrifice the knight.
Chess, whatever. I don't know.
Oh, I suck at chess, but I know that. That's not a piece you sacrifice.
Yeah, you gotta lay those pawns down.
Yeah, the pawn.
right?
Yeah. All right. Well, out of 15, this was sort of middle of the road. I mean, some of them suck, but there were a few chucklers in there. I'll give it a 7. What do you say?
I like them. I'll give it a 10.
Oh my. Okay. So, all right. I really did want to do this one with Tanya, but we didn't get the chance to. This is from warpspeed.com. Somebody out there made a list ranking breakfast cereals from best to worst.
Oh dear.
And
How many are we talking?
A bunch. But here's the thing. This list has apparently caused untold controversy.
Okay.
This is the headline of this article. Someone ranked cereals from best to worst and the internet can't handle it.
It's just a top whatever list.
Well, apparently they were wrong about it, so... Let's see...
Did they put Weetabix at number 1 or something?
I don't know, man. I've... Until that List Critics 2 last month, I never heard of Weetabix.
or Shreddies?
I've never heard of that either.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of like fiber cereals, but all right.
Yeah.
So they did this in a tier format, starting with the God tier. Now let me ask you, what cereal would you say? Just one, because there's 5 of them, but one cereal that you say has to be in the God tier.
Ooh. Are we talking like all cereal?
All cereals, yeah, cold cereals only. No oatmeal or
geez.
nothing. I mean, I would say Cinnamon Toast Crunch has to be in the God tier.
Count Chocula?
Do you like Count Chocula, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is their God tier. Frosted Mini Wheats, my favorite cereal. Rice Krispies Treats, I don't know about that one.
Why is it treats? Why not just Rice Krispies?
Because they have a cereal called Rice Krispies Treats.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Reese's Puffs, I'll get behind that. S'mores cereal is fucking awful. I don't know why that's on there. And Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which...
Wait, Golden Graham s'mores?
No, Kellogg's S'mores.
Oh, because I remember Golden Graham s'mores.
It's S-M-O-R-Z.
Oh.
So this is the comment from the website. Already this list should raise some questions for anyone who grew up eating deliciously sugary American cereals. For example, what are s'mores? These babies didn't even hit shelves until 2003, and they were discontinued for a few years, which really goes to show they can't really be that great. And Frosted Mini Wheats a God cereal? Really, I agree. As user Dan Yo-Yo said, whoever made this, you don't love yourself.
But I thought they would have put, like Lucky Charms.
Nah.
Those...
Frosted Mini Wheats and Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Reese's Puffs are God tier cereals.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is pretty good.
I have never met a single person in this life that does not like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, does not love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to imagine.
They always come in such little boxes, tiny boxes.
Yeah, but you get a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, top tier, we have Lucky Charms, Golden Grams, Honey Bunches of Oats, Cocoa Puffs, and Cocoa Pebbles.
Is this the old Cocoa Pebbles that aren't like frickin' flakes?
I don't know. And, I mean, chocolate cereal tends to... That's like something that tastes good when you're a kid, and then you try it as an adult, and you're like, this just tastes like crap.
Oh, no. I've had Count Chocula in the past couple of years.
Count Chocula is different.
And it was divine.
Count Chocula is different because it's got that dark fudge flavor to it.
Yeah.
But I don't see Count Chocula on here.
That's sad.
I mean, Lucky Charms fucking sucks, man. I mean, honestly.
It's good.
I can't get behind any of these picks. Well, Honey Bunches of Oats is a good cereal, but it's not top tier cereal. That's a cereal you have to eat fast as fuck because it's mush fast.
I don't mind when it's mush. I don't know. I don't get why people get so angry that their cereal turns to mush. You're putting something dry into something wet. It's gonna get mushy.
Yeah, but come on, that's part of the advertising. Stays crispy even in milk.
Is that from Honey Bunches of Oats?
That's from a bunch of different cereal commercials, man. Okay, mid-tier. Honey Nut Cheerios, Golden Crisp, Raisin Bran, Banana Nut Crunch, and 4. There's a cereal called 4. I don't know what that is.
Can't get enough of that sugar, Chris.
I don't like Raisin Bran because I don't like raisins, but I know a lot of people do.
Raisin Bran is now my favorite cereal, actually.
Okay.
It's my
Honey Nut Cheerios is the only one here that I think is good. But then again, this is a mid-tier pick, so I don't know. Banana Nut Crunch, is that even a thing?
I would not. I don't think I would like that.
It doesn't sound good.
And actually, Honey Nut Cheerios is the only cereal I currently have right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta go to the next page. Okay, so this is the low tier. Frosted Flakes. First off, whoa.
Yeah. They're
now,
great.
yes, it's a mush cereal, but I mean, come on. When you were a kid and you got Frosted Flakes instead of Corn Flakes, first of all, nobody fucking likes Corn Flakes.
Corn Flakes are all right.
Yeah, but when you had Frosted Flakes, you gonna go back to Corn Flakes?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, Life cereal. Yeah, that's Crispix, Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, and Special K.
I really like Crispix.
Low
tier.
I don't know what it is. It looks like Chex.
It's your Chex.
It's like Chex?
cereal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Chex.
I do.
I like Chex Mix.
Yeah. Or Chex Quest.
Apple Cinnamon Cheerios I've never had, but it just doesn't sound like a good idea.
There's way better
Have you ever
Cheerios.
noticed that whenever they introduce apple flavoring into cereals, it's always a disaster? Like for me, a shit tier cereal, that's the next tier, by the way, would be Apple Jacks.
I was just gonna say Apple Jacks. Bleh.
Kix would also be a shit tier cereal. Like,
It doesn't taste like anything.
it tastes like salty cornmeal to me.
Or like I don't know, drywall.
Okay, I've never tasted drywall, but I'll take your word for it. Okay, so here's the shit tier. Okay, this is interesting because some of these I totally agree with and some of these no. So I'm going to disseminate these one by one. First of all, Corn Pops. No, Corn Pops fucking rule.
I gotta have my Pops.
Corn Pops fucking rule. I mean, yes, it's true that it doesn't taste as advertised. It advertised that it tastes like popcorn. It does not, but it tastes good.
That's the advertising? I thought it was just some dude's hungry and they want to eat this damn cereal.
They used to advertise it as it tastes like popcorn. I don't know. I never thought it did. Fruit Loops. What?
I love Fruit Loops.
This is like Skittles cereal. How could you not like it?
It's Fruity Hoops.
Kix. I agree with Kix is terrible.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Apple Jacks is fucking terrible.
There you go.
And the last one is Honeycomb, which rule. Honeycomb rule.
Honeycomb's okay. I'd put
Most honey-flavored cereals, I think, are good.
Honey Smacks?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they were
Those are those little, they look like beans, right?
Yeah, you got Dig 'em the Frog.
Yes, yeah. I always got the off-brand. My grandma would buy this big bag of the off-brand, and it was just as good as the real thing, though.
Did it come in a bag?
It was I just said it was a bag, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? The controversy is not... I mean, it's not that bad.
The list itself is just a hot mess.
There's a few things I disagree with, but I don't think it's a hot mess.
No, but I mean, like...
Here's the thing. This is,
in the God tier, there's some questionable ones. In the bottom tier, there's some questionable ones.
Of course, but everybody... I mean, look, there's always going to be that one nigga in the group that don't like chocolate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like chocolate ice cream. I'm always counted out.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it.
Why don't you like chocolate ice cream?
Because I don't think it tastes like chocolate.
Yeah, but you got to get you can't get like generic chocolate ice cream.
No. Like, I've had soft serve chocolate ice cream, and it does not taste
No,
like
see,
chocolate.
I'm talking, you got to get like double fudge, dark chocolate ripple shit, you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
I've
about?
had one of those, and it kind of hides it, but the chocolate ice cream, no. Anyway.
Well, I heard a thing that if you want chocolate ice cream, you got to get like kind of the more expensive one, because apparently when there's something wrong with an ice cream, like any flavor, they can turn it into chocolate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently
they can just Frankenstein it in chocolate.
Yeah, so a lot of like cheaper chocolate ice cream is like recycled, so to speak.
Oh, recycled chocolate.
Yeah, it's recycled ice cream.
Throw in some Mexican
all right,
chocolate.
so I mean, okay, so letter grade. I'm gonna say B minus. I didn't see the big deal about this. I thought this was gonna be.
I'm gonna say an even B. Even B.
Okay, yeah, I thought this was gonna be like total shit based on the way these people on this website were like flipping out.
But from my perspective, he's sometimes right, sometimes wrong.
Yeah, like most lists.
Yeah.
All right. Same website gives us insane accounts of students being the teacher's worst nightmare.
I heard this on List Critics.
Yeah, I did mention it.
You didn't get to it, yeah.
I did want to get to this one. Did not get to. I'm going to get to it right now. I have not read this, by the way. So these were all submitted by teachers, I guess. Let's see. Snuffy1717 says, had his mom write an essay for him. His brother had done the same thing a year earlier in my class. I, of course, can't call either of them on it, but I can sit down and waste my time circling, correcting, editing, and poking holes through every single mistake she made, most of which were done because she had no clue what the actual topic of the essay was about, nor did she correctly cite any of her work. Infuriating because I had to waste my time working on that shit, but oddly satisfying when it came time for the parent-teacher interview. I told her that the essay seemed to be plagiarized, but that it was so poorly done that it wasn't worth investigating.
Oh.
Savage!
Woo!
Oh!
Secret shade thrown.
Damn! Savage AF, man. That was...
Yeah, savage AF.
Oh, stop it. Okay, this one's from Utuk. Last semester, I had a kid come into my worst class and try to start a fight with another kid. I taught freshmen last semester. He knocked and I opened the door. He starts pushing his way in and I ask if I can help him. He just puts his hand out to my chest and starts trying to walk me back and looking around. He then asks which one of you is redacted. and keeps pushing. I realize he was starting something, so I put both hands up and I try to push him out into the hall before he gets killed by the 18-year-old psycho still taking freshman English that he's looking for. Of course, that guy is already out of his desk and walking towards us. The kid immediately starts saying, "Stop touching me, you can't touch me, I'll sue the school," while trying to get around me to fight the other kid who is now talking smack. I kept them apart, but the combination of both of them trying to fight through me while cursing at each other and the random kid who wasn't mine also whining that I couldn't touch him made me see red for like 20 minutes.
Good heavens, poor guy.
And you want to be a teacher.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to have to break up fights, at some point.
Well, let me ask you a question. Are you planning on teaching blind kids?
No.
Okay. Because I thought that, you know what you're doing. You've been through blind school. You'd probably have, you'd be good at that, I would think.
Well, it takes extra time.
Now, do you realize that being visually impaired and being a teacher of students who are not visually impaired, they are going to fuck with you mercilessly?
Of course.
Okay. As long as
even if I didn't have a visual problem, they would find something.
Yeah, but it's going to be 10 times as bad.
It's like, think of it as video games. You find the weakness and you exploit it.
Explore, exploit, exterminate.
Yeah, attack the weak point for massive damage. Like that crab.
Like Civilization.
Yes.
Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. KG Shaw says, "I get dry eyes very often, which makes them red from time to time. This kid comes up to me in the corridor and asks me if I'm high. Goes on to tell everyone around him that I'm baked. I laugh it off and told him to head to class. So at the end of the day, I get approached by my department head and I have to explain what happened because the kid told his teacher and for some reason she actually believed it.
Ugh.
My department head knew it was bullshit, but the next week there was a mandatory drug test for the faculty. We were all clean and the kid got detention for a day. I hope he grows up to be less of a tool."
Oh, okay. So the situation dissolved itself. Okay.
Yeah, although I kind of think that, the kid probably didn't realize that he was going to get the person in trouble.
Yeah, he was just being sassy.
Yeah, exactly. Got it from my dad. He says, "When kids act up, then you wait for them to calm down, and they yell at you to teach. As a teacher, a few things get under my skin, but that can be one of them."
I guess it's kind of like, when someone tells a comedian, "Be funny."
Well, that's heckling. I didn't think teachers got... Well, I do know, I guess teachers do get heckled, but...
They do.
Yeah, not for that particular reason. That's a new one on me.
Hmm.
Princess Buttercup says, "I had a student with anger issues, first grader. Once he chucked a textbook at another student and caught him right by the eye. The kid had ended up needing stitches. So the next time angry child starts getting wound up, I call for the principal. I send all the kids to the other side of the room and place myself between them with the angry student. Before the principal arrives, he bolts with a bookcase full of textbooks. I put my arm across the row of textbooks to prevent him from getting hold of one, and he leans down and bites my arm. I had on a long-sleeve shirt and a knit sweater, but he bit hard enough to break the skin and draw blood. The kid then takes off out the door and down the hall. I grabbed some tissues to clean up the blood and pointed out the direction he went to the principal when they finally arrived. I was glad I didn't have to go after him because I was seeing red. Luckily, he was removed to a day treatment school after this, so I never had to deal with him in class again."
Man, seeing red in the most literal sense of the word.
Getting bit is pretty high on the list of bad things that could happen.
Yeah, I mean, what if the kid had rabies?
Well, you're more likely to get it from a human than from an animal.
For real?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, maybe not rabies, but disease in general.
Yeah. Something, anything.
Yeah. Smoke Bomb says, "Former teacher. Theft always made me insanely angry. Inevitably, 2 or 3 times a year a cell phone would vanish. The vast majority of my students were poor, and the loss of a phone was a significant blow. All of these kids knew each other, usually came from the same neighborhoods, grew up together, and considered themselves friends. Yet no one would ever speak up, not once. They consoled their friend as she cried or held back their friend as he threatened to destroy the room, yet they wouldn't speak up. In their world, being a thief is bad, but being a snitch is unforgivable. Strangely, one of the nicest things a student ever did for me involved theft. A brand new pack of Sharpies vanished from my desk during this kid's class. The next morning, this kid comes in with 3 new packs, drops them on my desk, and flatly says, 'I stole you some pens, Mr. Smoke Bomb.' I started on the stealing is wrong lecture, but he cuts me off saying, 'Walmart ain't gonna miss them pens.'"
That's some cool attitude right there.
Well, I gotta say, I don't condone stealing, but the kid's heart was in the right place,
Yeah, and if they're not going to miss them, maybe they fell off the truck.
There you go. It's not Quasimodo, it's Quasindo says, "I teach shop class. We spent the beginning of the school year for at least 3 weeks talking about shop safety. We cover everything: PPE, first aid, fire safety, proper tool handling. I especially stress proper behavior. I warn my students that if they deliberately do something that causes an injury to another student, not only will they be expelled, but their parents could be sued for damages. 3 weeks into our first project, a student gets pissed at another student and hurls a fucking 2x4 at him. This is the Incredible Hulk, man. Just starts throwing shit around. That's great.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Damn. Miss Katie Cat says, attacked me for attempting to pick up the phone to call her mother. She repeatedly punched my arm and ended up leaving nail marks on my arm from grabbing me. That was only one incident last year. This year she threw a pencil at me which stuck in my leg. Holy shit, what is she, like Kill Bill here? Told me that she would shove that fucking phone in my fucking face when I pulled out my cell phone to call home instead of using the school phone. She had thrown tantrums around the room, including a guitar. Oh, thrown instruments around the room, including a guitar.
Oh.
Cursed me out and pretended to shoot me using her fingers. Wow. Murder, arson, and jaywalking. She also wastes the hand soap I have in the room to wash her hands and then flings soap and water over my personal belongings. Administration has stopped responding when I call about this particular student.
Oh, wow. That is...
You know, normally I don't condone this sort of thing, but, I mean, that girl needs her ass whooped.
Yeah, like, what is it, with ruler? The rule of thumb?
You see, I don't agree with whooping on kids, but, like, this girl's an asshole. If she's gonna get all ratchet like an adult, she needs to get her ass whooped like an adult.
Get all ratchet, listen to you.
That's fucked up, man. CT417 says, we just received the new smart board for our 5th grade class, and our teacher went on for 30 minutes about how nobody can use it without her permission and the importance of being careful around it. They were insanely expensive at the time. Well, later that afternoon, a girl drew a huge smiley face on it with permanent marker. She thought it was dry erase. Teacher ran out of the room crying after calling the girl a dumbass.
Oh, no!
You know how easy it is to get Sharpie off of whiteboards?
Probably pretty. You just wash it, you know?
No, you don't wash it. There's a trick. If you go over it with a dry erase marker, you'll be able to erase the whole shit.
No way.
Yeah. Like something about because the dry erase marker, that ink is like meant to come up. So like I guess it mixes with the Sharpie ink or something, and it like loosens it up.
Oh,
it might take a few passes, but it works.
I'll remember that for the future in case such an event happens.
Shirtagal929 lit up a cigarette. I'm just helping 2 kids understand surface area when I look behind me and see smoke everywhere. That's like some balls right there. I mean, I know when I was in fucking school, like kids would sneak into the bathrooms and smoke. They wouldn't do it right in class.
Smoking in the boys' room.
Yeah. And there was a rumor that some of the security guards would go in there and smoke weed with the students.
Nah.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Some of them are pretty cool. What can I say? Oh, there's more to this. I'm a pretty good teacher and very empathetic, but holy shit, I thought the veins above my eyes were going to snap. I thought it to be disrespectful in the highest order. I took that shit away, called and emailed his mom, the whole 9 yards. From what I'm aware, he quit smoking pretty damn quick.
Damn right.
I mean, why don't you just take out like a fucking, shot of whiskey and a porno mag while you're at it?
Or vape.
Ugh, well. That's just the douche level right there. I don't know.
Well, maybe he's trying to quit.
Some people just, they think it's cool, so they do that, Like,
It's
smoking used to be cool. Like, it's hard to get people to start smoking now because it ain't cool. It hadn't been cool in a long time,
Yeah.
But now vaping is cool, so it's like, I don't know.
Hey, man,
Hyperbola.
doesn't bug me.
I love this name, Hyperbola Squared.
Huh.
A 5th grader once used scissors to unscrew and disassembled their desk.
Huh.
She left some of the screws in so that when she sat down, it collapsed. Her parents responded with, "You're not challenging her enough. Clearly she's going to be an engineer."
An engineer because she disassembled her desk?
Either that or she's going to be, like, on the next generation of jackass.
Oh, God.
Basically, Putin says, bought a half a pound of weed to school, put it in my desk, and called security to get me fired. Security didn't believe him, so at his disciplinary hearing, he started accusing me of hitting students and molesting others. I draw the line at pedophile accusations.
Yikes, man.
As do we all?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I mean, see, the problem is, even if that teacher is completely proven innocent,
The
there's still gonna be
stigma of accusation.
the stain is
Yes.
left over.
Although I think having it happen at a disciplinary hearing for somebody who like did something fucked up, it kind of like they realize he's just making shit up, you know?
Makes it less credible,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah. Bill Mueller says, "Spit in my goddamn mouth." A study skills class, student playing with an iced coffee straw, pulling it up and down the cup's lid hole to make noise, fiddling with it, then forcibly pulling it through his teeth to make noise. I asked him to stop a couple of times. He didn't, typical for him. When I finally went to his desk to address this, he looked up at me and slowly pulled it through his teeth defiantly. In the process of pulling it completely through his teeth, he flung a small but visible line of spit out with the straw and directly into my fucking mouth.
Oh.
Yep. That's fucking horrible.
That's gross and so disrespectful.
My Hunt says, "There is the almost daily question of what are we doing, despite writing it on a handout and giving it to them, posting it on a screen and explaining it twice that makes my vagina dry up. But the most overall infuriating was when I came back after a sick day to find a bunch of my personal things on my desk gone, all my snacks stolen, and actual shit on my chair."
Oh.
What the hell are they teaching that somebody, like, put poo on her chair? Holy
Yeah, like
shit.
they think it's a hilarious practical joke.
That's just gross. Color You Cling To says, "Took photos of my ass and then made them their computer desktop photos. Parents told me boys will be boys." That's not that bad.
Could be worse.
But there's more. There's more. Plagiarize. Parents told me he's too dumb to understand cheating was wrong. You have to let him redo it. Got a B+. Parents told me, "You've ruined her life. This is your fault. You're incompetent. You're playing favorites." Wait, this thread is about infuriating things kids have done. Honestly, it's never the kids who are infuriating. I can understand kids making mistakes, being immature, being irresponsible. I can't even understand them being disrespectful. It's the parents that started it all. They are the problem. And I agree.
It starts with the parents.
Everything starts there. That's the last of it. I didn't actually count how many these were. So, it's a school list. Give it a school grade. I'm gonna say A- on this. This is pretty fucking cool.
I'm gonna give it a straight A.
Straight A, as opposed to those queer A's, I guess.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. What is this? Is this something I wanted to do, or is this something I just wanted to read?
What is this?
Yeah, I don't know. I have some tabs open that. Okay. This is actually good. Okay, it's countries' histories in one sentence.
Oh boy.
Okay. And we're starting with your home country of Canada.
And native land, yeah.
Yeah. "We love you, England, but get out."
Yeah, kind of.
That sounds...
Still have the Queen on her money.
That sounds accurate. Yeah, it's true. So does Australia.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the UK. Had the largest empire ever, but lost it due to drinking too much tea.
Alright.
All right. North Korea. "All is fine. No more questions. Eternal president will lead us to victory."
It's a safe
That
answer.
sounds about right.
It's a safe answer.
Yeah. Australia. "Still ruled by a classy older lady in England because we're too distracted by the large amount of native fauna trying to kill us to declare independence."
I guess there's a lot of poisonous stuff in Australia?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah. New Zealand. Lord of the Rings.
That's a cool history.
Put them on the map. Italy.
Yeah.
"We were really important, but now we make shoes."
Nice Italian loafers.
Yeah. Well, they're very well known for that.
Mmm.
Greece. "We did a bunch of shit for mankind like 10,000 years ago. Now we're bankrupt."
Yeah, that's sad, man.
Sounds about right, yeah. Russia. "Then things got worse."
What? Alright.
Well, that's the whole history of Russia right there.
Then things just
Yeah.
continual downslide.
Yeah, pretty much. United States. "Freedom. Terms and conditions may apply."
Ha! No kidding.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, that was the last one. Okay. I'll actually count these up since there wasn't that many of them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's go back here. 4, 5, 6. There was 9 of them. So I'm going to give it the full 9. These were all very funny.
I'm with you on the 9, man.
Yeah. Straight 9. Okay. All right. Now, I have a list. This is a factual-based list. It is the most expensive things on Earth.
Today?
Yeah, today.
Cool.
Like right now. What would you think of an example of something that is very, very expensive?
Well, clearly it's not an island.
Well, I think they mean like materials or something, like not like, you know, something abstract like an island.
God, I don't know. You want to say diamonds, but there's got to be...
Diamonds is probably on here, I would think.
Yeah, but they're probably going to name all kinds of stuff besides
Okay.
diamonds. I don't know.
Well, it starts with heroin.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Believe it or not, heroin often sells for $130 a gram. No wonder junkies are broke.
God, man. Don't chase that dragon.
Damn, you never gonna catch the bitch?
No.
Well, you almost got me that time. Cocaine is next.
Wow.
Considering it goes for up to $215 a gram, it's apparent that they call cocaine a rich people drug for a reason.
The hell of a drug.
I didn't know it was that expensive. Holy shit.
I had no idea.
Who the hell's got that kind of money to put up their nose?
You see those mountains of cocaine, like...
Oh, like on Scarface? Yeah, but that was the 80s. It was probably less expensive then.
Yeah, I guess.
LSD is next.
Holy hell,
now,
man.
Okay, there's a caveat to it. It says, at $3,000 per gram, LSD certainly makes for an expensive party. The thing is, like, the amount of LSD that you take is tiny.
So you get your money's worth?
I mean, you're not spending hundreds of dollars. Like, I mean, I understand that it's an expensive habit to, like, snort cocaine or to be a junkie, but LSD is, like, considered a pretty cheap drug. It's just that, like, if you're doing it by the gram, it takes a lot of LSD to make a gram.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Plutonium is next.
Jeez. All right.
Considering plutonium can create nuclear weapons, it's probably a good thing that nearly accessible at $4,000 per gram.
Per gram.
And you probably wouldn't want to hang on to it because it's radioactive.
Yes, highly radioactive.
This next one I've never heard of. It's called painite. On the market for one of the world's most rare minerals. We hope you've got some serious cash saved up because these babies are worth an average of $4,000 a pop.
I wonder what it's used for.
I'm assuming a paperweight because that's what the shit looks like. I'm gonna Google it though.
It must have some value.
All right. I just looked it up on Wikipedia. It's a, you know, it's a mineral. It's very rare. I'm gonna see if it doesn't say anything about what it's used for, so I'm guessing it's just because it's so rare. That's why it's expensive.
We just don't have a use for it yet.
Yeah.
All right.
It's probably a good thing because if we came up with a use for it, the demand would go up and it would be even more expensive. Yeah.
Get your paint out.
It says that sometimes you can get gemstones out of it. So. All right. Next up is taphate. It's a gemstone. It's nearly impossible to find. It rings in around $20,000 a piece.
Holy!
I remember somebody brought in a piece of taphite on Pawn Stars.
Oh wow!
It was this big old pink motherfucking gem, and they got a good amount of cash for it.
I guess if you play with it enough, it might turn into saltwater taphite.
No. Tritium is next.
Hmm.
Precious tritium, like from Spider-Man 2. You know how a lot of people thought that was a fictional thing. That's a real thing.
I forgot.
Yeah. It's extremely hazardous to your health, but that doesn't stop it from being worth a whopping $30,000 a gram.
30,000 a gram. Good Lord, let me find some, please.
Well, it's also radioactive and poisonous, and.
Well, all right, never mind.
You'd want to find some of the next one though. Is diamonds.
Yeah.
At $55,000 a gram, it's safe to say a girl's best friend don't come cheap.
No kidding, man.
Yeah. Diamonds are, and of course, there's the whole thing that the quality of the diamond is really important.
Mm-hmm. Just because cubic zirconium, it looks the same.
it really doesn't.
No.
When light shines on a diamond, you can tell.
Oh yeah.
The next is you probably recognize this from fucking high school chemistry class when you had to memorize the fucking table of the elements, but never heard of it since. Californium.
Oh yeah, all this interesting named ones.
Yes.
All right.
It's extreme. Californium is so rare that if you had a chunk of it, it would be worth $27 million.
Oh no!
Yeah. It's a bargain.
I'm moving to California.
And finally, the most expensive thing there is.
Ooh.
And I guess Futurama was right about this one.
Yeah?
It's antimatter.
That's real?
Well, yeah. For those who are wondering, antimatter is basically the opposite of matter. In other words, it's composed of antiparticles rather than actual particles. But don't get too intrigued, as it's worth a grand total of $62.5 trillion a gram.
No, what?
Well, it's kind of hard to come across.
I get 62. How did they come up with a number for it?
I kind of wonder that myself. How they would... I mean, here's the thing, though. Nobody has enough antimatter to compose a gram of it. You know what I mean? Like, it usually comes by the molecule. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but imagine how much even a molecule would cost.
I'm sure more than I have.
What would you do with it? Like...
I have no idea what it's used for.
Science the shit out of it.
I have no idea. Apparently, it also takes a long time to make.
Oh boy.
So yeah. I don't know what I'm assuming it has scientific benefits. They probably use it in experiments and shit like that.
Like, geez, even for a gram of it, could the Earth afford that much? 62.5 trillion.
Trillion, yeah.
Do we have that much on Earth?
I have no idea, dude.
Hmm.
Let's give it a letter grade. I'm gonna say that was fascinating. I'm gonna say A+ on that motherfucker right there.
Man, that definitely sounds like the most expensive stuff. A+. All those
same.
drugs,
Okay,
man.
same website, and this should be interesting. I haven't read this, but this should be interesting. It's a list of things that you thought were illegal but aren't.
Okay.
Okay.
I am intrigued.
Okay. Drinking and driving.
What?
Drinking alcohol while in a moving vehicle has to be illegal, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. In Alaska, Connecticut, Delaware, Missouri, Mississippi, Rhode Island, Tennessee, and Virginia, passengers may drink freely from open containers. In Mississippi, even the driver can drink while driving as long as their blood alcohol content remains below 0.08%. There are still some restrictions as to where in the car the passenger is sitting.
I guess it's driving while drunk, not drinking.
Yeah, it's driving intoxicated. But it's only legal in those states.
Mm-hmm.
So,
very specific.
All right.
I think in Canada it's just an overall don't do it.
Removing the tag from a mattress.
Why is that heralded as like blasphemy?
Because the tag says don't remove, you know, and you know what it is that once you own the mattress, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah.
It's the salespeople who are not supposed to remove it.
But maybe because it says do not remove, they think it's for
they think it applies to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This next one's kind of a shame. Corporal punishment.
Oh no, really?
Well, I mean, you know, it is a thing. It is a topic of debate. Spanking, essentially. But they're talking about, you know, in schools and stuff.
Oh, for some reason I thought it meant like cruel and unusual punishment.
No, corporal punishment. That's like letting the teacher hit your kid.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I don't like that.
It's legal in 19 states if they have permission from the parent.
Oh dear. Well.
Yeah.
So what? Like at the beginning of the year, they send out this memo. Do you permit me to hit your kid?
I think this is mostly private schools. And I think
that makes more sense.
You have to agree to it to have your kid go there. Or some parents, I think, choose those schools because of that.
Get their kid in line a little more.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Cannibalism. I guess, like, here's the thing. Like, if you're eating somebody, you're probably guilty of something else.
Yeah, like possible murder.
Murder. Desecration of a corpse, grave robbing, something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the actual eating of human flesh is not actually illegal in the United States.
I guess it's just very frowned upon.
I would think that there's probably nothing more frowned upon than eating a person.
Just have some Chianti nearby.
No. Riding in the bed of a pickup truck. Insanely dangerous, but about half of the states allow it.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. Mandatory lunch breaks.
Okay.
So basically what they're saying is there is no law stating that an employer has to give you breaks.
Huh.
No federal law, at least. There are some state statutes.
But, people will still mandate them anyway,
Now
so that it looks more appealing.
Yeah. Here's something that I know for a fact is illegal in Canada, but is legal here: radar detectors and jammers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Canada criminalized that about, I want to say 20 years ago or so. It's still allowed here.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Everywhere?
The radar detectors are legal everywhere. The jammers are legal except for Virginia, Washington, D.C., and military bases.
Man. Yeah. Catch up on that, guys.
Defacing United States currency.
I didn't know that some people thought it was illegal.
Some people think that drawing or writing on bills or whatever is illegal. As long as you don't destroy it, it's perfectly legal.
Don't colorize the lips.
People do that all the time, and it's perfectly fine, yeah. Driving barefoot. Not a good idea, but it is legal.
I didn't know that people thought it was illegal.
Probably.
I thought it'd be strange.
Yeah.
But
it is strange, yeah. Businessmen refusing to take certain money.
Your money's no good here.
Okay, well, in legal terms, the business can't refuse tender. But they can refuse to enter into contract with you. So basically they're saying, I'm not saying that I'm not going to accept this money. I'm saying that I'm not accepting you.
Okay. I understand.
That's how they get away with things like we don't take bills larger than 20s, or Yeah. So it's sort of a weird gray area.
But they'll take legal.
This next one is kind of just a blanket misconception that in the United States the age of consent is 18.
How does it work in the United States?
It varies state to state. The reason that it's most commonly thought of as 18 is because that's the way it is in movies. Most movies and television shows are produced in California where it is 18.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, I got a map here that lays it all out for you. It is 18 in California, Oregon, Idaho, Utah, New Mexico, Tennessee, Virginia, Maryland, and Florida.
Where is it like the highest and the lowest?
That's 18 is the highest.
And what's the lowest?
Well, there's only 3 numbers here. It's 17 in Texas, in Alabama. Not Alabama. I'm sorry. That's Arizona. Nebraska, Wyoming, Colorado, Missouri, Illinois, and New York. Everywhere else it's 16.
16.
16 is the most common number.
Good gravy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if a 16-year-old and another 16-year-old have sex, what are you going to do, arrest them both?
Okay, if they're both 16, but what if you got like a 45-year-old?
And a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
It is legal, but there are other laws that cover that kind of thing, like contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Whoa, that's an interesting way of...
Yeah, that's how they get creepy older guys who are like, yeah, the age of consent is 16. That means I can diddle all the high school girls I want. Not so much.
I get older, they stay the same age.
That's Dazed and Confused, right? All right. Openly carrying a gun. Only 5 states and Washington, D.C. fully prohibit the open carry of handguns.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, most states allow it without any kind of permit or license.
Oh.
I mean, you still need a gun license, but there's no specific open carry license.
Okay.
Which actually makes sense, because most states actually require you to have a concealed carry license to carry it concealed. So open is sort of the default way of doing it, right?
I suppose.
Yeah, I don't own any guns. Women going topless.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Well, it depends on the state.
Oh.
It depends on the state. Women are... it is illegal for women to go topless in Utah, Indiana, and Tennessee.
Man, do you guys have any laws that are federally based?
Yeah, lots of them.
You should hear about all these.
It's the Constitution. The Constitution covers all that, man.
State to state, state to state.
Well, yeah, that's why we set it up this way. Don't you have laws that vary from province to province?
Yeah, not that many, but
Well, that's kind of the way we're set up. Then most states it's completely legal for women to run around topless.
Run around. Ah!
Well, if you're going to be going with your tits out, you might as well run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born to run.
Oh, that's all of them. I've given another letter grade. You give it a grade first.
I thought it was okay. B minus.
I'm gonna say C plus actually. So there you go.
C plus.
Yeah. Okay, now this next one is... I haven't read this one. I only looked at the first one on this list. This is something that I brought up for myself. It's the wildest stories that people have shared on social media.
Oh, okay.
I was just bringing it up to read, and when I read the first one on here, I was like, I got to do this on List Critics. Got to.
Okay.
So, here's the story of a woman who had a terrible case of diarrhea. Apparently, she unabashedly live tweeted the entire thing.
Oh, awesome.
So her first tweet is, not feeling so great in my ass this morning. The second one is, still shitting, I can't believe this. Butthole is on fire.
Woo!
Shitting again. That may be the best tweet ever since, that's me screaming. And finally, oh my god, my intestines are cramping so bad, typing this from toilet.
Oh, that's where I figured all these are coming from.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, dude, it's Twitter, not shitter. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Here, a woman vented on Twitter, and the rest of these I haven't seen. A woman vented on Twitter because she was tired of guys asking whether she would be down to perform anal. Girl posted about how she didn't like taking it up the butt, and that she was announcing this fact so that future boys would stop asking her to put it up the butt.
I said what?
In the butt.
Hmm.
Is it that common to just ask girls, like, hey, anal?
You just walk up, anal? Question mark?
See, in my experience, it's usually the lady that requests anal. I mean, here's the thing, and I just want to say this to any guys out there. If she wants it, she'll ask for it. Now, if it's something that you want and the subject hasn't come up, you're not doing that on the first, second, or third date. I just want to point that out, okay?
Just let that shit go until...
That's like, you got to be dating her for a while, and then, like, talk about it first, but, like, you can't just be like, hey, can I jam it up your pooper? You got to, like, gently guide the conversation there.
I can has anal now?
Yeah, that doesn't work, man. I mean, maybe she's super memey. I don't know.
Maybe.
Woman cheats on husband with Subway employee. Maybe she wanted a foot long. This train wreck girl I went to high school with, my brother and I have coworkers who add her just for the pure entertainment value. She's tamed down because she recently had a baby, much to society's dismay. But among other things, she's live updated her Facebook feed on cheating on her husband, justifying her decision to do so because the guy works at Subway and was going to be the manager soon, so he's better than her husband anyway. Her cat's labor, the subsequent rekindling of her marriage, her blowout fight with her sister-in-law and brother over them apparently not allowing her to see her niece, her brain tumor, her multiple ear infections, and how drunk she is times 1,000.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a crazy party girl.
That's what I call oversharing.
Yeah,
oversharing.
That's a good way of putting it.
People don't need to know everything. Okay.
But people want to know everything.
This next one. Girl on Facebook went on a rant about how her boyfriend is shit and embarrassed her and he totally has a tiny cock, etc. He replied that he dumped her because after being together for 4 years, she fucked her college dorm's janitor.
Oh, no.
She replied that he's just making shit up because he's salty and couldn't keep up with her anymore. He posted screenshots of her texts with the janitor, including a pic she sent of the guy of her sucking his dick, saying, "Remember, LOL," smiley face.
Oh, shit.
He had proof. He had proof of his claims. Never claim anything unless you have proof. Girl flipped her fucking mind and claimed he photoshopped it and deleted her Facebook.
As she would. Oh, wow, that is
Well,
beautiful.
if he photoshopped it, why would you delete your Facebook then?
Exactly.
Seems guilty to me.
Bad move.
Yeah. All right. A girl I went to high school with live tweeted during her entire labor. Updates every 10 minutes about how dilated she was, how badly she felt like she had a push, how terrified she was that she was going to poop on the table. LOL, oops, she did poop on the table.
Lol, oops.
Well, I gotta say that that's not the worst thing I've ever heard. Because here's the thing. If she's doing that, she's obviously not in excruciating pain, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, if you can at least
if you can focus on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This girl obviously needed help badly. Let's see. Not so much oversharing, but a hilarious train wreck. My sister's friend notoriously posts vague status or rants about how much she hates work or her boyfriend or how she has no real friends. She'll then post selfies saying she loves her job, her boyfriend, or whatever bestie she has that month. She's a serial dater and plans to be engaged after the first date with every guy she meets and posts that on Facebook. Oh, she's psychotic, in other words.
Yeah.
Her current boyfriend, who she has broken up with 7 times or so, and who also lied about being married with children, and lost it on her for putting her entire relationship on Facebook, fights and all, and asked her to stop. A very reasonable request, even though he tends to overshare his love for her too. Her solution, make a second account so that she can still bitch about him, his wife, and his family publicly.
Oh, dude, that's just a mess up. Everything is messed up there, man.
That's just bad people getting together and doing bad things right there.
Mm-hmm. Bad begets bad.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Whew.
A. That was fucking epic.
A.
Okay. So this next one is 11 clever ways to save money. Sort of. Sort of.
Switching to
That's not clever at all, no. That's the title, but what this actually is people sharing things they do out of pure cheapness.
Oh, so it's like, what's that TV show about cheap people?
There's a TV show about cheap people?
Yeah, but people doing extreme cheapskates. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, this is this may put these people to shame. These penny pinchers right here. Let's see. Bumming off at different friends for their paid subscriptions. Well, come on.
Well, you got the new magazine or whatever. Can I read it?
No, I mean they're talking about like I use my parents' Netflix account.
Right, okay, because you can put so many different devices. Oh,
yeah, exactly. Well, I can't watch it while they're watching it, but I'm usually watching it in the middle of the night anyway.
Right,
so.
Right.
Although there'll be times where, it'll be 2 a.m. and I'll be like, Netflix, and then they'll be like, oh, no, somebody's on, and I'll be like, damn, Mom, geez, go to bed already.
Nah, son, gotta catch up on Orange is the New Black.
Okay, listen to this one. The gym I go to charges $50 less if you register as a couple and not as a single. I don't have a significant other, so my best male friend and I registered as a gay couple. The first day, the manager almost asked us to make out to prove it. He decided it was homophobic, so he stopped. When we come in, he's always staring at us while we use the machines together like he wants to catch us doing something sexual.
Wow.
Well, actually, it sounds like he wants to catch him not doing something sexual.
Mm-hmm. Homophobia runs wild.
Well, you gotta think, 2 guys come in, they're like, yeah, we want to work out together, we're gay, you know. What's more likely, that they're lying or that they're actually gay?
Well, who's to know?
But in this case, they're lying.
Yeah, in this case, they are lying.
Yeah, you kind of have to take their word for it, because, I could bring my sister and say she's my wife, and nobody would know the difference, right?
Yeah, they're not going to be like, no kiss.
Yeah, exactly. In which case, that would not happen, and we'd be totally boned. But my sister has a +1 on her gym membership anyway, so it don't matter.
Hey.
The gym... Oh, I just read that one. Okay. I work downtown in a city where monthly parking is an easily $150 plus per spot. My wife and I both have to drive due to schedules, and so it would be double that. Found out that the casino downtown here gives you free parking daily if you bet $10. So we go and play roulette daily. She bets $10 in red, I bet $10 black, and we each ask for a parking validation. One of us always wins, which doubles one of the $10 bets, so we get our $20 back. Boom, free parking. There has been the odd time it has hit 0. In that case, we each just lose $5 each, and parking costs us $10 total for the day.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's actually really clever.
That is clever, and you get to, possibly win out occasionally.
Well, no, because they always, because they're betting black and white, black and red, so they always win. It's just a very small chance of losing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. When I was in the 6th grade, they would give you IOU slips to anyone that forgot their lunch money. You were supposed to put your name, and they would bill you later. I always wrote Cornelius Origami. My name is not Cornelius Origami.
Cornelius Origami.
Wow, how would they ever figure it out with such a clever fake name?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is so obviously a real name. How would they ever know that?
John Fakeman.
Yeah. Lance Uppercut. I still use student discounts wherever I can. Not a student.
I did that up until they started questioning me.
Ah, there you go. Well, student IDs generally don't expire.
No, but then you start looking less and less like your picture.
Well, when you come in with a full beard and, you know, you're obviously like 40, they're going to be like, yo, B, come on now. You've been using this for like 20 years. It's time to like start paying full.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally discovered that the laundry machines in my building take 20 euro cent coins instead of the $2 coins. Oops.
Oh, perfect.
The last time I was in Germany, I saved as many as I could, and now a load of laundry costs about 50 cents instead of $4. I only found out about it when I paid $2 into the machine, and it spat out the 20-cent piece, so somebody else out there is doing it too. They'll never catch me. Well, I gotta think eventually they'll just change the coin thing. You know, the mechanism.
Mm-hmm. But it's just, I think it's the size.
This was the one in the header, bumming off at different friends for their paid subscriptions: Netflix, Hulu Plus, Amazon Prime, Xfinity, Sam's Club. You know what's funny is, so I use my parents' Netflix, and I have Hulu, and they were like, oh, could we use your Hulu? And I was like, absolutely. And then I was like, oh, shit, no, you can't. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because it's keyed to my Facebook account. And they're like, oh, fuck.
Aww.
Yeah, I was totally going to let them have it. Like, if it was keyed to my email or something, I would have been like, yeah, here's the password, you know, whatever. But I have to be logged into Facebook to view Hulu.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that that's how Hulu worked, because we don't have Hulu here.
Well, I think it doesn't necessarily have to be how it works, but that's what I chose when I started because it was easy.
Yeah, rather than making a whole new account.
Yeah, it was on my phone. It was like, log in with Facebook, one button press, you know, and I'm already logged into Facebook on my phone, obviously.
Log in to the Facebook.
Okay, I never got removed from an employee discount plan for a job I left almost 7 years ago. I get 25% off every month on my phone and internet.
Holy!
I worked at a computer place, and I had free dial-up until I got rid of dial-up.
Oh, what dial-up?
And,
wow.
well, I was back in the dial-up days. Until I got cable internet, I had free dial-up. And they knew about it. They didn't care. They were fine with it.
56K?
Yeah, 50K. Also, I was on their antivirus plan for like 2 years.
Huh. Cool.
So I had like, you know, like the McAfee like total suite for like free.
Wonderful. When
for 2
McAfee
years.
stopped asking for updates.
Ooh. When John McAfee wasn't trying to run for president.
John McAfee.
Did you know that he was running?
Nope.
He didn't get the nomination, so.
Clearly.
He was running under the Libertarian ticket. I was really worried about that because I'm not voting Trump and I'm not voting Hillary Clinton.
So you're gonna...
So I was thinking, well, maybe the Libertarian Party will have somebody decent. And I was like, oh, Gary Johnson's running. I'll vote for him. But then I'm like, oh, John McAfee's also running, and he's a maniac.
So you're choosing not to vote?
No, I'm voting for Gary Johnson.
Oh.
I
don't know who that is, but...
That's okay. You don't need to know who he is.
No.
Similar but not unethical, my work pays me $40 a month for me to use my phone as my work contact number. My monthly bill is $35.
Not bad.
That ain't bad at all.
Yeah.
It's a lot less than I pay.
Yeah.
How much do you pay for your phone per month?
About 90.
Yeah, I pay about 80. You got Verizon?
No, Rogers.
Oh, is that like the Canadian Verizon?
It's one of the Canadian ones.
Oh, okay. Whole Foods gives 5-cent discount if you bring your own bag. Pick up a single habanero pepper, free pepper.
Hey, all right.
I have never seen a place sell a single habanero pepper.
Like, you have to tear a package open. I'll take one.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Like in Walmart, they come in little baskets. You know, like strawberries do. So I don't know about that.
Yeah, or like bulk food. You can't just take like one Swedish fish. You know.
Yeah, but one Swedish fish would cost like a 20th of a cent. So. Actually, back in the 90s, I knew a convenience store that sold Swedish fish like per fish.
Oh yeah, our canteen at
They're
the
a penny a
school
pop.
did, and I would put down $2, and she'd have to count out 200 Swedish fish.
Yeah, because they were a penny a pop, right?
Yeah.
Those are the days, man. Steve 11280. Let's see. If I'm planning on going out and fancy a certain restaurant, I go online maybe 2 weeks in advance, sign up to their mailing list, and give my birthday as being the day I am planning on going. Most places give you some sort of freebie for your birthday.
Oh, cool.
That's like Bart Simpson level right there.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever used your birthday at a place to get
Absolutely not.
No?
Because they will come out and sing, and I ain't about that life.
I think that'd be kind of fun.
Nah, I'd be just like, yo, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this.
You get a free piece of waffle cake.
You know what it is I feel bad for the employees who have to come out and, like, sing and pretend to have fun.
Happy birthday to you!
Yeah, oh, yeah, they always sing some ghetto version of it because up until recently, there was a whole copyright battle over the song Happy Birthday.
Thank goodness that's over.
Yeah, that never should have happened. I bought my PS4 a little over a year ago, used. Netflix is still signed into the previous owner's account. I wonder if they ever think, who is watching this crap?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm getting some weird recommendations here.
Yeah, right? Like, because you watched... I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, now my parents are going to get all sorts of black movies.
Black movies.
Because I watched Dope earlier.
Speaking of which, last week I watched Friday, and I hadn't seen that
Friday's,
in years.
I used to not like it, but I think
Really?
I think when you're a kid, you don't identify with that so much.
I thought it was hilarious.
Now I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently watched the second one. That was also pretty funny. Not as good, but...
Still good.
But anyway, because I watched Dope, they're going to start getting all sorts of, like, black comedies and shit. And that's funny to me. Because my parents don't play that shit. They don't watch that shit.
They don't play that shit.
No, they don't.
Homie don't play that.
They really like I have seen my parents like turn off a movie because it was too black for them.
Too black.
They just don't get the humor.
Once to get funny is funny, man.
I agree, but like they like there are certain movies that they just like they're like we don't relate to this, you know.
I don't relate to this business.
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, I've seen some movies where I'm like, this is some serious white people shit.
The whitefish shit.
Yeah, the whitefish shit. Yeah. Like, I may be halfway, but, I'm just saying, like, sometimes I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't have a Starbucks cup in my hand, I can't relate to this.
To me, that's the show Friends.
So absolutely, that is some white people shit right there. Okay. And my parents used to watch that shit all the time. Even my dad, the Puerto Rican, sat there and watched Friends. I don't know if he's watching it to be polite, but... Anyway,
yeah.
Free trial month of Sirius. I'm on about my 36th email address.
Oh, man.
No wonder Sirius XM ain't doing too good.
Really?
Yeah, their stock is in the toilet. That was the last one out of 11. I will give that a 10.
I like those. I'll be right there with you at 10. 10 out of 11.
Very, very entertaining. Now, let's see. Okay, so I got some lists that I've been actually sitting on for a while, but I forgot about them. They were in a text file, and I just never did them for whatever reason, and then I forgot about the text file.
Okay.
So this next one is, it's from Polita Jeans, actually. 21 oblivious men who are clearly single for a reason.
So these are noteworthy people?
No, this is basically people telling stories or just being completely oblivious to some woman's advances.
Oh, this has been me only a few times.
Like, have you ever had that situation where somebody had to tell you, hey, like she was hitting on you?
I've had the situation where somebody really liked me, but they never made it obvious.
Sometimes women, like, I don't know, sometimes guys don't pick up on signals, though.
Oh, tell me about it.
All right. A girl once asked me to keep my dorm door unlocked so that she could wake me up in the morning. The next morning, she crawled into bed with me, and I couldn't understand why she would come over if she was so tired. I stayed... Oh, wow. I stayed perfectly still so that she would be able to sleep.
Oh, my God.
I mean, she's practically, like, throwing her vagina at you, and you're just like, oh, she's tired.
You just want to bang him on the head and go, hello, anybody home?
Hello, McFly! Number 2. A girl once asked to use my shower and left the door wide open as an invitation, so I thought I'd be a funny guy and throw ice cubes at her.
That's the opposite of what to do.
That is the exact opposite. That is like literally making her frigid.
Oh! Clever
Very.
boy. Spicy boy.
No, spicy boy. Number 3. Oh, cracking open a cold Zima, huh?
Always.
Or is that Billy Beer this time?
Dr. Pepper.
We elected the wrong Carter. This girl and I were alone in my apartment, and we just finished watching a movie. She had her head resting on my lap the entire time. Well, that right there is like... I mean, just go for it, yeah.
Once body parts start coming onto the lap...
Yeah.
Well, then...
Afterwards, we were spooning on the couch. She cuddled up against me, kissed me on the cheek, and looked up at me expectantly. I stared at her for a few moments and then said, "So, what do you want to do?"
Oh, my God, just... Oh.
Body language, hello! After a while, I ended up taking her home. God damn it. That's like that episode of Seinfeld where the girl offers George to come up for coffee. And he's like, no, I can't drink coffee. It keeps me up. And it just snowballs from there.
And then he just regrets the rest of the episode.
Yeah. Number 4, in high school, a girl asked me for a ride home from a football game one time, to which I agreed. She asked if I wanted to come in and see her room. I forgot why this seemed like a normal thing. And then it wouldn't bother her parents because they weren't home. So I went in and had a tour of her house, then left. I was pretty pissed off when I figured it out a while later.
Dude.
Dord,
yeah, right.
Number 5. She ordered an ice cream cone, accidentally smeared it on her cheek, and asked me to get it off. I grabbed the last napkin and wiped it off. Persistent as ever, she accidentally smears ice cream on her other cheek and politely informs me that I can get it off with my mouth, given our napkin deficit. I just said, nah, I hate strawberry, and used my dry elbows to get it off. In hindsight, I should have used my shirt. In hindsight, you should have used your cock.
Right?
Like, I hate strawberry. Really?
Strawberry ice cream's okay, I guess.
Who cares, dude? It could be, like, dick-flavored ice cream. She's inviting you.
But the chick could be delicious.
Exactly. I don't think there's a such thing as dick-flavored ice cream.
I'm sure there is now.
Oh, there will be now that I've said that. Number 6, her. No one has ever even asked me to homecoming. Yeah, me either. So what are you going to do? Well, I guess if no one is going to ask me, I'll probably just stay home. That's probably what I'll end up doing, too. Yeah, so it would be really nice to go, though. I agree, but oh well. Mind if I call you that night? Sure.
So, what are you doing?
Damn it, what the fuck? Oh my god, nobody is that fucking oblivious.
Has there ever been a time you have been at least the slightest bit oblivious?
Yes, but not on that level. It absolutely has happened. It happens to everyone at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
We're males. We don't pick up subtle things all the time.
No.
I've gotten a lot better at it.
Sometimes you have to be clubbed over the head.
Sometimes, yes. This person should have been clubbed over the head until they weren't breathing anymore. As number 7, I once had a cute female on my bed said she was cold, so I gave her another blanket.
Well, maybe in the heat of the moment, you don't think straight.
Fail. Number 8, I was dropping my date off at her apartment after a nice evening. She asked me up for coffee, but I politely declined, stating I can't drink coffee late at night. It keeps me up.
Oh, the George Costanza.
This is George Costanza, isn't it? Lady, if you're out there, I didn't realize that coffee didn't really mean, well, whatever.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, at least this person's just leaving it out there on the internet and not, like, hounding the person about it.
Yeah. What I meant was...
Yeah. Number 9, one time a girl kissed me on a school bus without warning and told me that I can get off at her stop and we could walk to her house because her parents weren't home. I said no because I was going to miss Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you haven't been through puberty yet...
I guess?
These hints might be kind of hard to pick up.
And you don't want to miss your favorite episode of Dragon Ball.
Oh, I'm sure they'll have it in reruns.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, number 10, sitting next to her at a school play. Her, my hands are cold. Me, mine too. Continue to do nothing.
I think I've been in that situation before.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe he thought she had cooties.
I'm cold, so am I.
Yeah.
And then just awkwardly stare.
God. Number 11, I was coming back home, and I was at the bag pickup. I guess this is at an airport. This really cute girl and I started talking. The conversation was about how she was just visiting Miami and didn't really know where to go. After a while, we realized that we were the only two people who hadn't gotten their bags because we were on the wrong conveyor. After some joking and a trip to the baggage claim, we got our bags and stayed there talking for a bit. My mom called me telling me that she was outside. I said I had to go, and I saw a small look of confusion or frown on her face. I got into the car and then it hit me. She wanted me to show her around town. Duh. I just looked at my mom and said, "You have raised the biggest idiot on the planet."
That's not as bad because it wasn't as obvious, I guess.
It was pretty obvious, I mean.
Oh, yeah, but...
Here's the thing, when somebody does something stupid, I'll sometimes tell them, call your mom and tell her, she raised an idiot. This guy at least had the decency to just go straight to his mom and let her know.
Go right to the source.
Yeah. The parents are always the problem, right?
That's what they say.
Okay, number 12. Hung out with a girl regularly, and she proceeds to walk me to my car every night we're together. We stand around in that car for 20 minutes having what seems to be awkward conversations every time. Did nothing and left.
Just waiting for you to jump with the opportunity.
Somebody's got to make the move.
Mm-hmm.
Number 13. I was at my tutor's house and for some reason was in her bedroom. I lay down on the bed, feet touching floor, and she came over and straddled me. I just kind of stared up at her. She looked down at me for a few moments, then got off and said, "Okay, let's do the lesson." It wasn't until a couple of months later that I was like, hey, she was waiting for me to make a move. I was clueless because she was my teacher, and she talked about her boyfriend fairly frequently anyway. I don't think she was waiting for him to make a move. I think she was making the move.
Yeah, that was her move.
I mean, if she's straddling you, it sounds like she changed her mind. Maybe she thought this is not a good idea.
But if he grasped at the opportunity right then and there, he might have just
said, but then she would have been like, that was a mistake, and it could lead to really bad things.
Who knows? Maybe some of these guys avoided catastrophe.
I think that one might have.
Through stupidity.
I think that one, yeah. through sheer obliviousness. Number 14, gave a girl a ride home. Want to come in? My parents are at work. Nah, I'm going to go hang out with my buddies. Yeah, we're all going to hang around and watch Dragon Ball Z, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Number 15, girl comes over, changes into a pair of my boxers and lays in bed. Did nothing. Wondered why she's wearing them. They are obviously too big for her.
Something like that happened to me, but it was there was a whole bunch of people over at my place, and this girl got with this guy in my room, and I wasn't in there. Oh. And then she had trouble finding her clothes, so she put on a pair of my pants.
Yeah, but she wasn't. Okay, so she stole your underwear.
No underwear, just pants.
Oh, okay. But that was. I mean, that's fucked up though. That wasn't an Oblivious thing. She screwed another guy in your bed.
Yeah. Oh, on just the box spring.
Still though.
Yeah, and then she left her underwear there, and they were nasty.
Oh, I would imagine so.
Oh, no,
I mean,
it was...
I don't mean to sound rude, but she sounds like a skank. I mean.
Oh, this was years ago. I don't know how she is these days.
Well, I mean, at that moment she was a skank. I'm sure right now she's a wonderful person. All right.
Yes, it is.
Number 16, drunk with friends playing card games. Two girls go upstairs and motion for me to come on. Hold on, I need to finish this game.
Oh, gee.
Well...
Hold on, just one more.
See, now, that's the point where your friends are supposed to go, dude, stop being gay. Go.
Stop being gay?
I mean, well, you're supposed to, it's like, do you ever see that movie Superbad?
Yeah.
Remember at the end when the cop's like, did you just cock block McLovin? We're not supposed to block his cock. We're supposed to guide it.
I'm sorry I blocked your cock.
Yeah, I'm sorry I blocked your... You're supposed to guide the cock.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it doesn't know what it's doing.
Yeah.
Number 17, after dinner and a movie, we went to a convenience store. She told me to go inside and get anything I needed. So I come out with a bag of Sun Chips and 2 raspberry-flavored water bottles. She does a facepalm. Yeah,
facepalm.
I think... Well, do they sell, condoms at convenience stores? I've never seen that. You got to go to, a CVS or some shit.
CVS?
Like a drugstore.
Yeah, Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah. Like an Eckerd's or a Rite Aid or something. I've never seen it in a 7-Eleven condom.
Yeah, and if you go to a drugstore, you can also pick up your water bottles and your...
Exactly. You can get your Sun Chips there, too. All right, number 18. High school sophomore year. A really cute girl lived down the street, called me at around 10 p.m., to say that her skirt zipper was broken and she couldn't take it off. She goes on to say her family isn't home and no one is in the house to help her remove it, and could I come over and help her because it's an emergency. So she's basically explicitly stating, please come to my house and help me remove my clothes.
In a very obvious fashion.
Yeah, so let's see how she fucks this out. How he fucks this over. She adds that she'll reward me with a glass of wine since she just had one herself and her parents aren't home.
Oh my God.
Being the utter genius that I am, walk her through over the phone how to dissect a zipper, complete with getting angry at her for being slow to get pliers from her dad's garage like I directed her to do. After hanging up, I felt like a great citizen. Now when I look back on it, I just want to hang myself.
Ugh, I roll to the extreme.
Good Lord.
Ugh.
She's telling you, come over and take my fucking skirt off.
Yeah, that's hot,
It
man.
doesn't
Go
get
for
much
it.
more explicit than that.
Go for it,
This is why teenagers are fucking stupid. Well, he says sophomore in high school, so about 14 years old. Dumb as a box of rocks.
Yep.
Okay. Her. So this girl I know likes this guy I know, but he's been oblivious to her all her signals, so what does she have to do to tell him she likes him? I don't know, just tell him she likes him. Like, I like you just like that? Yeah, like that. I like you. Yeah. Tell her to tell him that, and she'll be all set. I like you. Yep, you've got it. Was there anything else? Well, apparently she dodged a bullet because he's a fucking moron.
Oh boy. Again, with the eye roll. What can you do?
Yeah. Girl made me a mix CD with gooey love songs. Listen to 2, throw it away because the music sucks.
Aww.
Well, I mean, yeah, you do that, but then you tell her how great it was.
Yeah, but then they're like, which one was your favorite track? And then you just say the first one.
You say track 9, whatever, don't matter. You don't know the names of it. It's a mix CD. Number 21, this is the last one. On a walk with a girl, my hands are cold. My thoughts, oh sweet, I brought gloves. She'll love this.
Oh, sweet.
Wow. Procure gloves. Girl says no thanks with a puzzled look. My thoughts, what is she, crazy? These are designed to warm up hands. See, this person was like, they were glomming onto the signal, but in the wrong way. The reaction was all... Like, they're like, yeah, she's going to be so impressed that I have gloves. It's like, wow. That's a different level of idiocy. It's like not complete idiocy, it's just a different level.
Curveball.
Out of 21, oh my god, my freaking brain is imploding. I'll give it a 21.
21?
Yeah. Now, I know you have a limited amount of time. You wanted to leave by 11, right?
Well, yeah. Start leaving at 11.
Yeah, okay, so we got about 45 more minutes. Let's see. I do have a dumbest customers ever thing here. Let me bring that up. Like I said, I got these saved in a text file. I got a
World's dumbest customers.
Oh, yeah. So this is from Tickle. 21 dumbest customers ever. Let's see. Number 1. Back in my Best Buy days, a woman came in complaining that her iPod had a virus.
Okay.
Oh, God. I turn it on and it's working fine. She says it only appears when she connects it to her PC, so I hook it up to our machine. It connects and the do not disconnect message appears complete with the red no symbol. There, that's the virus. What does that mean?
Oh, no.
It means you're too stupid to own a fucking PC. That's what that means. At that point, get a Mac.
Yeah, have somebody else program your iPod.
Yeah, because when you put an iPod up to a Mac, it doesn't do that. It just like brings up iTunes or something, right?
Yep.
There you go. Number 2, it was amusing listening to a waiter at an IHOP try to explain to a customer why they couldn't order never-ending pancakes to go.
Why do they end?
See, now, I would have been like, yeah, you can have that, and then, like, give them whatever the normal amount of pancakes is and charge them for never-ending pancakes and let them go home. And then they'll be sitting at home, they'll finish the pancakes, and then they'll go, hey!
I thought these were never-ending.
Yeah, wait a minute! Number 3, worked at Best Buy about 4 years ago for the summer. A lady came in insisting that her son wanted a PlayStation 3, then she saw the Wii steering wheel and said, that will work with the PlayStation, right? I told her that the Wii is a different console made by a different company, so no, it wouldn't work. She snidely says, oh, so I have to buy a whole different console from you guys just to get it to work. Typical. Then she adds, but you got to make commission somehow, right? And walks away. I sincerely doubt the people at Best Buy are making commission.
Yeah. And that just sounds like a person that just doesn't understand technology.
And doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, number 4, working at a bookstore. Customer, do you sell the Bible here? Yes, we do. Which version would you like? The Bible. Yes, I understand. Which version? The one Jesus wrote. Jesus wrote the Bible, apparently.
Yeah, man, every word.
I didn't think that was the gospel according to Jesus. I didn't think that was part of it.
It's all just third-person perspective.
Yeah. Number 5, I used to work at Radio Shack, and I had a lady come in and ask for a radio capable of getting broadcasts from the Middle East. Oh my god, I've heard this one before.
Okay.
It has an amazing ending. I showed her a few. She purchased it and asked me to help her tune it. I found some stations from various Middle Eastern sources, tuned them as she stood there with this puzzled look on her face. I asked what was wrong, and she looked at me with this seriously grim expression and said, "How am I supposed to track terrorists if they don't speak American?"
What? That was her game all along?
Yeah. She figures she gonna catch some Al-Qaedas.
Catch some Al-Qaedas?
That's the way she would say it. That's the way I imagine she would say it that way, yeah. And they don't speak American, so how can she track them?
When you're in my country, you speak American.
Yeah. Okay, it's a Starbucks one. Ready for this one? Thank you for calling Starbucks. This is Jeff. How can I help you? Yes, where are you located? We're at the corner of Main and Magnolia. And where is that? Do you know where Main Street is? Yes. Do you know where Magnolia Avenue is? Yes. That's where we are. Well, I'm standing at that intersection. I can't find your store. Is it underground or something?
Oh my god.
Looks out the window and sees a woman who looks lost. Ma'am, turn to your left. Do you see a man in a green apron waving at you? Yes. That man is inside a Starbucks. Go there. That's not Starbucks. That's Quiznos. Ma'am, I'm very confident that I'm in a Starbucks right now. You're not very helpful. Wow.
Okay, that's where it ends? Oh,
yeah, I mean, I imagine he hung up on her at that point.
Ugh.
I would. Number 7.
I was going to say, is there like a tie-in with Quiznos and Starbucks in some places?
Not that I am aware of, but then again, we don't have Quiznos around here.
Yeah, we have very few here now.
We have 2 Subways in this town, but no Quiznos.
Well, we got enough Subways here to feed an army.
Well, you work in Walmart. Do they have a Subway in the Walmart?
McDonald's.
Oh. Well, they have a McDonald's in the Walmart parking lot.
Oh.
But you have a McDonald's like in the building?
In the actual building,
wow,
yeah.
That is so American.
Yup.
But no, it's Subway here. Most Walmarts here have Subway.
And there's always people like lining up before 7 o'clock when the door is open to get their food, man.
They got to get that Egg McMuffin, huh?
Yeah.
Well, hey, let me ask you, does McDonald's have all-day breakfast in Canada yet?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Well, they've been advertising like crazy that they have it here.
I don't watch commercials on TV.
Well, no, I mean, I see the commercials on the internet and on YouTube and shit. But, you know, I like Subway more than any other fast food place. So.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, Subway is my shit. What's your... okay, I had the discussion with Tanya. What's your go-to sub? You know mine is a sweet onion chicken teriyaki, but what's yours?
Meatball.
Meatball sub. You one of the meatball sub motherfuckers?
I am one of those meatball sub
meatball
guys.
sub motherfucker. Okay.
And I just load it up with green peppers, just all day green peppers.
You know, I always have to tell them, like, I said green peppers, and Tanya said the same thing, and then I'm like, no, like, double that amount.
Yeah, I always say green peppers. I wait half a second and go more green peppers.
Yeah. Well, now I know if I tell them lots of green peppers, they will, like, pile it on there.
That's what I like. I like the piling on. I like that big old crunch.
Is it me or the green peppers at Subway just, like, fucking addictive?
Probably. Maybe they're full of carcinogens.
Maybe that's what it is.
Narcotics.
I hope it's neither of those things, actually.
Yeah.
I don't want cancer or to be addicted. But anyway, number 7. Lady called in to tell me that her computer had been taken over by the Matrix. I asked her to move her mouse. Oh my god, it's back to normal desktop. What happened? Ma'am, somebody installed a Matrix screensaver on your computer. Anything else I can help you with today?
I remember that. That was fun.
Wow.
Those are neat.
But she actually thought the Matrix was like a thing.
Mm. Must have taken the red pill.
Yeah, right. Number 8. There's a Walmart one. When working at Walmart Electronics around 8 years ago, I dealt with a sudden torrent of people returning wireless products. They were furious that these devices needed to be plugged in to charge.
What?
I had customers insisting that the other employees said that their phone or keyboard or controller, etc. would absorb electricity from sockets as they walked around the house.
No.
We had to put up a sign. Wireless devices do not charge wirelessly.
Oh, man, that's a facepalm moment.
Do you know that Samsung has phones that charge wirelessly now?
So how did they do it? How does it
There's
work?
like this little docking station thing, and you just like rest your phone on and it will charge.
So you still have to technically put it into something.
Yeah, but you don't have to put like the plug into the phone. There's no plug. You just rest it on the thing and it like lights up. But I don't have one because I don't need that. I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't bug me to plug it in.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, like, you're not going to carry that expensive thing around everywhere. You can carry a charger everywhere.
Maybe someday we'll have like wireless charge stations in every building.
Yeah. No, like I imagine it'll be like Doom, like where you plug like. Have you played the new Doom?
Oh, I don't have any of the systems.
Well, you should check out my Twitch. I did stream it last week, and the video's still up.
Okay.
It's labeled Capcom Night because I forgot to change the thing before I started playing, but it's obviously Doom.
Okay.
But yeah, it like the health stations, you just stick your arm in it, and your health just refills.
Oh.
And I'm like imagine you just like put your phone on the thing and it goes 100%. That would be great.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. If I install 32-bit Windows twice, will it become 64-bit? That conversation lasted 2 hours.
2 hours?
There's no way that should last 2 hours. You just go, no.
Yeah, no. Why not?
And they go, but, and they just no. That's it. Just no.
So maybe it was 2 hours of why not and no.
Yeah. Oh, well, you got to hang up at some point. Number 10. If these T-shirts are buy one, get one free, why can't I just have the free one?
Oh.
God damn.
Oh.
See, I want to think things like that are made up, but I know it's true.
So somebody out there has said, even if this person, let's say we're lying,
yeah, like if this particular person that submitted that is lying, it doesn't matter because that happened.
Someone has said it, yes.
Number 11. I once had a customer bring back a laptop she bought the day before, claiming it was broken. She said it wouldn't open. Oh God. I asked her if it was Windows not loading up or a program not opening. She said the laptop itself wouldn't physically open. I took it out of the box, opened it up, and just looked at her. Her mouth fell open. She looked at me and said, "Oh, it opens on that side. Me and my sister tried for an hour to open it up last night and couldn't. She was trying to open it from the hinge side." I mean, okay, I can understand if you've never dealt with a laptop and you're trying to open it from the wrong side, right? But at some point, don't you think, hey, maybe we're doing this wrong?
At least look at the whole device.
Yeah.
Because then maybe there'll be an indicator, an arrow, something.
Like they never tried to pry it open or something? I don't know, that's so weird. Number 12. While working at Disney, I got asked what time the 3 o'clock parade started. I had to answer with that famous Disney smile.
The 3 o'clock parade.
I would fuck with people. I'd be like, it starts at 3:15. Yeah. Number 13, I worked fast food and a customer wanted a cheeseburger, medium fry, and medium drink. I said, okay, I will ring you up for a number 1 combo meal. This angered the lady who told me that she didn't want the combo meal, just a medium drink, medium fry, and a cheeseburger. I told her that it would be the same order, but this would save her money, but she got even more furious, so I politely punched them in separately.
I don't understand the moon logic behind this. I mean, just take the combo.
Maybe she thought the combo was something different?
Yeah, but if she's ordering it, clearly she can see a number 1 combo.
I mean,
there
I actually had the opposite problem happen.
Oh?
I went to a McDonald's, and I tried to order 2 cheeseburgers and a drink. And the guy was trying to give me the combo, and I was like, no, I don't want the combo. And he's like, no, it would be cheaper. And I'm like, I don't want the combo, right? And so then I get to the window to pay, and the guy is like visibly agitated. And he's like, I think the combo, and I'm like, I don't want the combo. And he's like, and he's arguing with me, and he's getting like red in the face. And he's like, I don't understand why you won't take the combo. And I'm like, because I don't want fries. And then it dawned on him, and he's like, oh.
Like a huge revelation.
Yeah. And then he apologized, though.
What an epiphany.
Yeah, I know. Fries. Because I'm not ordering French fries. I don't, it's very simple. All right, number 14. A client once asked me how much it cost the plasma truck to come out and refill his plasma TV.
Well, when you run out of plasma, well, you got to vent your plasma first.
Yeah, absolutely. Once a month at least. Number 15. Somebody told me that they felt bad when they returned a DVD and forgot to rewind it.
Don't worry, they'll handle it.
Can you imagine getting to the end of the DVD and sitting there and hitting rewind and just waiting? Just because you... Wow.
Yeah, like you hit the back button. Oh, well,
yeah,
okay, it's done.
And then maybe you don't know that if you hit it a bunch of times, you can go faster. So you're going like super slow. 16, not a customer, but a client, taped an Ethernet cable to the window, thinking that it would give them better Wi-Fi reception. Ethernet is the opposite of Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's a direct line.
Oh, number 17, my friend works customer service at Canadian Tire. The other day, is that like the official tire place of Canada?
It's like, you know, like for automotive.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, are they popular, I wonder?
Oh, they're very popular.
Okay.
They're huge.
Yeah,
they're
okay.
massive.
My friend works at customer service at Canadian Tire. The other day, someone tried to return a flashlight claiming it wouldn't light up. My friend looked down at the flashlight. It was a hose nozzle.
Oh, no. Come on, people.
Now, I wonder if they actually sell hose nozzles at Canadian Tire, or if this guy did buy a flashlight but then brought back the wrong thing because he's an idiot.
Oh, they sell all that kind of stuff at Canadian Tire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Number 18. When working Windows 98 tech support, I was asked by an older man, what time does the internet closed? I was so dumbfounded that I couldn't come up with a witty response. Well, to be fair, if it was Windows 98, that is kind of back in the day. He's an older guy, so that's actually kind of cute.
Why are you still using Windows 98?
Well, I would hope that was back in the day. I mean, I don't think they have Windows 98 tech support anymore.
That'd be funny if they still did. Some one guy doesn't
Imagine
know.
that's like I know this guy on YouTube who likes to scam scammers.
Oh, cool.
Like, you know those like scammers that'll call you on your phone and tell you your computer has a virus and you have to connect to their shit?
Yeah.
And he set up a virtual machine.
Oh, okay.
Running DOS.
Oh.
And then he connected to them. And like he's like, yeah, this is my computer. I play Doom on it. You know, like, yeah. All right. Number 19, I was at a snack bar for my pool one summer, and a woman asked me, what end of a hot dog are you supposed to look through?
What?
The hell does she... Well, what does she think a hot dog is?
I don't know. Clearly not what we imagine a hot dog as.
Yeah, I imagine you put it in your mouth, chew and swallow.
That is traditional use of a hot dog.
Yes.
There
are some other non-traditional uses, but I can't imagine looking through it. I mean, it's solid. It's all right. Number 20, I worked Geek Squad once, and a customer told me his iPod gave his Jeep a virus, and that's why he was having engine troubles now.
Wow, imagine if it comes down to that someday.
I think it already has. Not so much viruses, but they can be hacked. Anything with a computer can be hacked, and usually people don't put any kind of security on things like cars. Like, I've heard of people hacking into pacemakers.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. And that can cause some problems.
That's dangerous.
Oh, very dangerous. And finally, number 21, I work at a sandwich shop. I'm not that hungry. Which is bigger, the half sandwich or the whole sandwich?
Oh, my God. Buy the whole sandwich, eat half of it.
That's what I usually do. I go to Subway, get the 12-inch, I eat the 6-inch, and then I save the rest for later. I got to tell you, man, I learned fractions in the 3rd grade. How do you get to adulthood and you ask a question like that?
Must have been playing too much frog fractions.
Damn, man. Or not enough.
Oh, yeah.
Out of 21, I give that a 21.
I was going to give it a perfect score just based on how this was going.
Yeah.
They're all dumb.
Wow, I mean, yeah. Speaking of dumb, I got another dumb one.
Mm-hmm.
But this is dumbest patients ever.
Oh, okay.
And as someone who works in healthcare, I'm going to enjoy this.
I bet a lot of them looked up their symptoms on WebMD.
Well, WebMD is funny because you like type in 2 symptoms and it's like you have cancer.
Yep.
Yeah. Every time. I never use that shit. All right. 15 of them. Number 1. I'm never going to have a baby because the hospitals don't wash them anymore.
Ew. They don't wash them anymore. Like what? Free baby washing?
Like, first off, I think that's probably bullshit. And secondly, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, what does she mean? Like, when they wipe the goo off?
They gotta wipe the goo off.
Yeah.
Number 2. I once had a 20-year-old female patient who didn't know that having sex would lead to pregnancy. She had no idea. Well, look, I'm guessing she was from the southern part of the United States.
Someone's got to teach her the birds and the bees.
And she'd been having that abstinence-only sex ed.
This is the most fun abstinence I've ever had.
I know, right? Number 3, after looking at the patient's chart and seeing she had diabetes. Do you have any medical conditions? No. Are you sure? You've never been told you have any diseases? Never. What medications do you take? Insulin for my diabetes.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That is a medical condition. Get out of here.
Really? I wasn't told that. Yeah. Number 4, a middle-aged lady in the operating theater once told me at the last minute, as she was being wheeled in, that she's allergic to latex. Everyone freaks out because so much of the stuff we use in theater has latex in it, so we take her to the latex-free theater and do her surgery there. When she's in recovery and awake, I inquire as to what reaction she has to latex. I just really don't like the sound the latex gloves make, dear. I just turned around and walked out.
Oh, talking about wasted time and effort.
That's like those assholes who go into, like, Wendy's or whatever, and they ask for the fries with no salt. And here's the thing. If you go to, like, any of these fast food places and you ask for fries with no salt, they're going to make the assumption that you cannot have salt.
Mm-hmm.
So they are going to make a fresh batch of fries just for you. And they are not even going to dump it in the thing. They're going to take it to the fryer, and then they're going to remove the fries with tongs and place it directly into the thing. The thing is, there are people who do this just to get hot fries.
Oh,
yeah,
that's scummy.
It's very scummy, yeah. I mean, if you just don't like salt, that's one thing. Or if you can't have salt, that's another thing. But then they'll get like, because I've heard people doing that, and then they'll watch the person go and get salt packets and salt the fries themselves.
Oh, that is so scummy.
It really is. It really is.
I mean, I actually don't mind. Like, if they say, can you wait a couple minutes because we're doing a fresh batch, I'm like, all right.
You're like, hell yeah, jackpot, right?
Right.
Well, you know, like, I ain't eating a whole lot of French fries, but,
Right.
You know, when I do go to Wendy's, and sometimes I'll get the ghost pepper fries, and, you know, those are in their own little container and everything, and they always seem to be pretty fresh.
Well, that's good. Maybe they don't make them that often, so...
Oh, well, they're pretty popular, so I think that because they're making them so often, they have to constantly make new batches.
I have yet to try them.
They're very tasty. They're not as spicy as you would think, though.
Yeah, I think ghost pepper, well, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no, the sandwich, though, the jalapeno fresco sandwich, that is fucking spicy.
Ooh, okay.
Because it has ghost pepper sauce on it, and jalapenos, and there's, like, peppers baked into the bun. And there's pepper jack cheese on it. So it's just like 5 different types of hot.
Yikes.
Good though. I enjoy it. I get it with grilled chicken because it's healthier. But yeah.
Grilled chicken, yeah.
The grilled chicken at Wendy's is actually really good.
Yeah, I've had it.
Yeah.
I won't have checked.
Number 5. No, my fiance and I don't want our daughter to have any of the vaccines, vitamin K shot, antibiotic eye ointment, or PKU testing. It's poison. Poking her with a needle is worse than the cold she'd get without poison. He then drove his newborn daughter and fiance home in a car that absolutely reeked of weed and cigarettes.
Speaking of poison.
Yeah, speaking of poison, that tobacco there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's laced with about 50 different
started.
poisons, yeah. No, oh God, they're the worst people ever.
Ugh.
My sister is especially fierce. Like, if she finds out somebody is an anti-vaxxer, she will go ham on them. She does not put up with that shit even for a second.
Goes into warrior mode.
Oh, she totally does. That is like her trigger.
Beast mode, yeah.
She goes She-Hulk mode, right?
Oh, man.
It's crazy. Number 6, 20-something-year-old patient comes into ER. Chief complaint on the board is private. This should be good. Go in, he is visibly depressed and sad. Tells a story about how he slept with a woman, didn't use protection, and after he noticed that she had a plastic box on her. When she told him it was an insulin pump for diabetes, he was mortified. Came in immediately to be tested for diabetes. Sorry, I gotta Just Hitomi IM'd me here.
Oh, okay. Wow. Catching... Yeah, it's like sitting on a toilet seat.
Oh my god.
Diabetes.
Diabetes, though, is a sexually transmitted disease. That's freaking crazy. I have the diabetes. Number 7. I had asthma when I was a child, so stop fucking patronizing me and telling me how to raise my daughter just because you think you're smarter than me. Leaves hospital. Back in hospital 2 hours later, 6-year-old daughter in respiratory failure and admitted to ICU.
Well, serves you right, I guess. Poor kid.
People like that should be shot.
Poor kid.
In the genitals.
Oh, right in the genitals.
Yeah, just castration with firearm. You won't have any more kids?
Well, yeah, no.
It'll hurt.
A lot.
Yeah. Number 8, don't eat or drink anything after midnight. Before his 3-year-old daughter's surgery the next morning, tonsils and adenoids. While intubating his daughter the next morning, she vomited scrambled eggs, causing her to aspirate them into her lungs. Her heart stopped, and I did chest compressions on her for 25 minutes. We got her back, aborted the surgery, and transferred her to a pediatric ICU on a ventilator. Her father's response, she said she was hungry. I thought you were being too hard on her. It must have been something you did to her.
Oh my god, no!
You know, when they say nothing by mouth, they say it for a very good reason.
What is it with people being like, I don't trust doctors? How did they become doctors?
By going to school for like a million years?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, okay, some doctors, you know, they're not perfect.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, but that's why there's lots of different doctors.
Have a little more faith, people.
Yeah. Number 9, patient had to be told the reason her son was getting sick at school every day was because she was packing him peanut butter sandwiches and he was allergic to peanuts. She honestly didn't know this was an ingredient, and he was in middle school and wasn't bright enough to realize it himself.
I thought it was the peanut-free peanut butter.
It's right there in the name. It's peanut butter.
There is peanut-free peanut butter, and I've tried it, and it is disgusting.
Okay, have they heard of almond butter? It is delicious.
Yeah, or just like, why does it...
I love almond butter. I've been eating it just because almond butter is super healthy. I mean, peanut butter is also super healthy.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you know what is actually worse than peanut butter for your health?
What?
Fat-free peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, peanut butter has the healthy kind of fat.
Right.
It's the fat that as it goes through your body, the fat cells in your body, it tells them, it's okay, we got it, you can let go. There are certain foods that just have good fat. Nuts are one of them. I mean, avocado is good fat. Fish oil is good fat. But when you take the fat out of peanut butter, to make that shit taste good, you got to add like 10 tons of sugar.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But I've been buying almond butter just because I really like it. And I mean, like, if you have a peanut allergy and you really want to chow down on it, almond butter honestly does not taste that different from peanut butter. Actually, it's kind of better.
Oh, almond butter better.
It is like peanut butter plus. So.
Ooh, peanut butter plus.
It kind of is, yeah. If you like peanut butter. They have cashew butter, too. I've been meaning to check that out. Anyway, let's see. Oh, God. Who's next? Oh, God. All right, number 10. Had a lady measure her baby's temperature by preheating the oven and putting one hand in front of it while the other hand was on the baby's forehead. To compare, I guess? She told the nurse her baby's fever was about 250 degrees.
Wow. Almost done.
Wow, he's a lava person. Number 11. The best was the woman who was feeding her 3-month-old dog every few days for no other reason than she thought a dog should only eat that often.
Oh, no.
Came in for hypoglycemia, of course. The nurse who spoke with her has no patience for this kind of jacked ignorance and actually shouted at her, "Do you eat every 3 days?"
That's just some common sense, man.
It's torturing a fucking puppy.
Yeah, go to jail. Do not pass go.
Well, at least I hope after that she realized that, yeah, no, you gotta feed the dog every day. As a matter of fact, if it's a puppy, probably twice a day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, older dogs, you get away with one meal a day, you know? But younger dogs, you gotta feed them twice.
Yeah, they're growing.
Exactly that. Number 12, once had a patient who was prescribed an inhaler for his cat allergy. He came back a week later saying he was none the better. Turns out he was spraying the inhaler on his cat.
Oh no, oh, that's
It's
terrible.
called inhaler.
Mm-hmm.
It literally does nothing if you don't... God.
That reminds me, I gotta update mine. Anyway, I gotta wash my hands because I'm gonna be taking my eye drops.
Okay.
Just a sec. Sorry about this.
So he's got to run his, like, Niagara Falls shit right there.
Niagara Falls. Slowly I turn.
I've been to Niagara Falls.
It's wonderful.
It's overrated.
It's a tourist trap, but it's nice.
I actually found the Canadian side to be a bit nicer.
Well, duh.
No, I don't mean like the people were nicer. I mean it was just prettier.
Yeah, like I have only seen the American side once, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah, it's nothing special. Number 13, my favorite was when someone was prescribed estrogen patches and told to stick one patch on herself every other day. I think I know where this is going.
Oh, yeah.
At the next follow-up, she said she didn't like the patches because she'd been running out of space.
Yep.
I didn't think to clarify to her that she should be placing a new patch and removing the one from yesterday every day. Very amusing. She was indeed covered in sticky patches.
That would be quite the scene.
I've seen things like that.
I imagine the same has happened for any kind of patch.
Except it was with flexor patches.
What's that?
It's Flexeril.
What's that?
Carbamazepine.
What's that?
It's a muscle relaxant.
Oh, all right.
Number 14. Mom brought her kids into the ER after they ate all their Halloween candy because they had tummy aches. That is not a fucking emergency, but okay.
Yeah.
They were still eating Reese's peanut butter cups when they were in the exam room. I had to explain to her that they needed to cut back on the candy, and she looked at me like I had 3 heads.
Maybe they did.
All right, finally, number 15. There was this lady who had diabetes and her foot was necrotic. The doctor told her she was going to have it amputated, and she said, no, Jesus will heal it for me, or something like that. The doctor looked at her and said, ma'am, you have maggots eating your foot. Jesus wants you to get it amputated. Good answer.
Oh, that is disgusting and mortifying.
Jesus will heal it?
Jesus will heal it.
Well, hold on a second. Okay. Here's the thing. Pretend you believe in all this shit for a second.
Right.
Why would he?
Yeah, why you?
Yeah, exactly. Why would Jesus heal your foot?
In a way, I guess he would, because you're going to die, and then you're not going to worry about your foot anymore.
I mean, yeah, right? Out of 15, I'm going to go, I've heard a few of these before. But that doesn't take away the sheer dumbassery. Mm-hmm. A double dumbass on you, so to speak. Full 15.
Oh, yeah, I'm going full points on this one.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all dum-dums.
Last one, because I know you have to go in like 15 minutes.
I'm not married to...
Oh, you're not married to that? Okay, then we'll...
So if we go a little bit over, that's...
All right, okay. Well, all right. Well, then I could probably finish this text file then.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, this is... actually, the next one after this is really for you, actually, too, so...
Woo!
But all this is... I couldn't do this one with Tanya.
Okay.
It's 21 rules that men have.
Right.
She doesn't get it at all.
Obviously.
And I know that like some people... Okay, like Tanya's transgender... A lot of people think that means she's a dude in a dress. No,
get over it, people.
No. She doesn't understand the male brain at all.
Right.
She doesn't have it.
She's hardwired.
She is hardwired for female. Like, I had to explain to her. Like, I gave her the quiz, like, if, let's pretend you're a man, you had a penis, you had to pee, standing up.
Right.
If there's 6 urinals, numbered 1 through 6, and there's a guy at number 6, which one do you go to? And she's like, I don't know, number 5. And I'm like, that is the worst possible choice.
Yeah.
Like, you go to number 1. And she didn't understand it, So, like, she's like, you guys are so weird. So I could never do this because Tanya does not understand the rules that men have, nor do we understand the weird rules that women have.
Yes. Men are different from women.
Yeah. No shit, right?
Right.
Number 1, men are not mind readers.
Nope.
Somebody
We're
had to
supposed to be, though.
Yeah, well, Number 2, learn to work the toilet seat. You're a big girl. If it's up, put it down. You don't hear us complaining when you leave it down.
That's true.
Why do
we gotta be the only ones?
Gravity does 90% of the job.
Yeah.
You know?
If anything, we have to do more work.
Absolutely. Number 3, crying is blackmail.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it is, yeah. Not always, but sometimes it is. Number 4.
If you abuse it many times.
Yes. Number 4, ask for what you want. Let us be clear on this. Subtle hints do not work. Strong hints do not work. Obvious hints do not work. Just say it. I think we proved that with the previous list.
Yeah.
Number 5, yes and no are perfectly acceptable answers to almost every question.
Yeah, if you answer, I don't know, that doesn't help us.
You know what the absolute worst is? What do you want to eat? I don't care. You pick.
That means I have a specific answer. You better find out what it is.
You better find out what, yeah. Because it's like, well, how about this? No.
No. Not
well, how about this? No. Well, what do you want? I don't care.
That's with a lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of people that have vaginas.
Mm-hmm.
I've never known a dude to be like that. Like, if a dude says, I don't care, you pick, they mean, I don't care, you pick.
Mm.
Number 6, come to us with problems only if you want help solving it. That's what we do. Sympathy is what your girlfriends are for.
Mm-hmm,
and I was having this conversation with Tanya, right, about how different men and women really are, you know?
Right.
And I was saying that, like, women touch each other a lot, and it's not necessarily a sexual thing.
Right.
And she says, well, let me ask you a question. Hypothetical situation, right? You're sitting on a couch, and I'm like, okay. And she's like, your friend Andrew walks in. I'm like, okay. He sits down right next to you, and I'm like, well, he wouldn't do that.
No.
She's like, what do you mean? It's like, you don't sit down right next to the guy. You sit opposite, and then you face him, and you have a conversation. That's how it works.
Look into each other's faces.
Yeah, and she's like, well, let's say he sits down next to you and just, like, rests his head on your shoulder. What do you do? And I go, nigga, get the fuck off me. That's what you do. You're like, what the hell is wrong with you?
That's just not something that...
We don't do that, yeah. It's
and
like...
If you do, okay. But
women do that.
Average.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, I doubt gay guys do that to each other.
I mean, maybe
like, if a gay guy does that, he's, you know, like, he wants something. But, like, just two straight guys, it don't work like that.
Yeah, if a guy rests his shoulder on a girl's, well, or rests his head on a girl's shoulder, usually he has some kind of intent, probably.
Yeah, or it's his wife and he's just like, oh, I had a day, you know.
Yeah, what a day.
Yeah, but you don't do that. You don't do that with your guy friends.
No.
It's just not done. But women can do that.
Yes.
You know, and they don't understand why we can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it is. All right, number 7, anything we said 6 months ago is inadmissible in an argument. In fact, all comments become null and void after 7 days.
If only.
Oh, that's living in a dream world.
Yeah,
only. That's not a rule. That's wishful thinking.
I don't know how they remember what we think are insignificant little moments.
Oh, well, I think that it's preparing to be a mom. Because mothers are like that. They're like, this is the second time you've done this. The first time was 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
You were 3, you don't remember. You know what I mean? But they do. Moms remember. They're preparing to be a mom.
I mean, if I did it last week, there might be a trend. But 7 years ago.
Like, seriously, a mother will be like, this is the second time you've done this. The first time you were a toddler, you don't remember it. Number 8, if you think you're fat, you probably are. Don't ask us.
Do I look fat in this? I don't know. Your fat makes you look fat.
Oh. Well, we know better than to say that.
We would never dare say that.
See, now, like, if Julie said to me, does my ass look big in this? You know what my answer is going to be, right?
I don't know. You're you.
I'd be like, yeah, and I like it.
You like big butts and you cannot like
I've told her that, and she has embraced it, so...
Thank goodness.
We don't have that discussion.
We don't talk about that.
Because she didn't believe me. Like, she said this conversation we had where she was talking to me about how people hit on her when she doesn't look good, and I'm like, when do you not look good? That's bullshit. You know, come on.
Nice.
Some women think that, like, if they don't have, like, makeup on and they're not all dolled up, that they don't look good. Like, sometimes they look good to us no matter what. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, some women just don't want to be flirted with when they don't have makeup on or something. And she's like, well, I'll just be wearing yoga pants. And I'm like, if you wear yoga pants, of course, of course, men and women are both going to hit on you because that's hot as fuck. And she did not know that. She did not know that yoga pants are hot.
Maybe not universally, but to a lot of guys, totally.
I don't know. I don't know any guy that doesn't want to see their chick in yoga pants. And she's like, well, what does that do? And I'm like, it makes your ass look bigger. And she's like, you guys like that? And I'm like, we love it!
Yeah.
All guys love big asses. I don't care what they say.
When a guy says dad ass, they don't mean
they're not talking about like some flat 10-year-old boy looking ass. We don't want that.
No, man.
Alright, anyway. Number 11, whenever possible, please say whatever you have to during commercials. That's not a thing. That's just rude.
Yeah.
Come on.
If it's something important, you're going to, you can hold off your damn show.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if it's unimportant, she can wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's a two-way street. But at the same time, I mean, come on, really?
And if it's about the show, it shouldn't take you too long to explain it.
I mean, am I the only person who can have a conversation with someone and still be, paying attention to something else?
Heck, I do that with video games, and that's multitasking.
Oh, hell yeah. Number 11, whenever possible... Oh, I just said that. Number 12, Christopher Columbus did not need directions, and neither do we.
I always need directions.
That is out of date as fuck because everybody carries GPS now.
Right, and even before the advent of GPS,
but here's the thing. There are male directions and there are female directions.
Okay.
Male directions are like, you go on this road for 2 miles, you turn right, you go for another half mile, you turn left, like that.
You'll see it on the right.
Yeah, it's on the right. Female directions are the worst thing. It's like, okay, so you're going to be going down the road, and you're going to pass, a Walgreens and, a McDonald's, and then there's, this church, and if you see, a house with, a really big tree, you've gone too far. And that's what female directions are. They're more about landmarks. We're more about cardinal directions. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but we understand cardinal directions more than women, and women understand landmarks more than men.
I like a mix of both, though, because landmarks, if they're big...
It's okay to have one or two landmarks, saying hang a left, at the gas station is one thing. But some women will tell you to go down a road, and instead of telling you the amount of time or the amount of distance, they will name every store on that road.
And then the classic, you've gone too far. No, just tell me where to turn.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that. If you've seen this, you've gone too far. What the fuck does that do me any good?
Mm-hmm.
Number 13, all men see in only 16 colors. Peach, for example, is a fruit, not a color. Pumpkin is also a fruit. We have no idea what mauve is.
Oh, okay. I see what they're going for.
I want to say that there is some scientific basis behind this. Typically speaking, men see less colors than women.
Really, we see less of the spectrum.
That is why so many guys can't tell the difference between black and dark blue.
Oh, yeah, that happens to me sometimes.
Well, you're blind.
Even before.
It's not true for every man. I can see fucking every color there is. I am very good at differentiating colors. But I am visually oriented. I'm an artist. You know what I mean? It's a little different.
I'm an artist.
Well, I am.
I'm an artist.
My dad, I don't know how many times he'd be arguing with my mom when I was a kid about, is this black or dark blue? And my mom was always right, and she would always come to me and have me back her up. I'd be like, that is dark blue, because he'd be insisting it was black,
All right, here's a mini rant. You know that whole stupid thing about the dress and what damn color it is? I didn't need to hear about that for weeks on end.
Well, I had a Facebook post about that, because I looked at it and I'm like, it's white and gold, period. But, I forgot which one I said it was. It was the one that they proved it to be. I forgot what it was, but here's the thing, because there were two different pictures of it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But I remember, I forgot which one it was, but the one I said it was what they proved it to be. But then again, there was another picture that looked the other way. Here's the thing. I said on Facebook, and I stand by this to this day, there are people in the world getting their heads cut off because they're a different religion from somebody else, and these people are fucking arguing about what color dress is. Fuck my life, man.
I thought it looked black and blue, and when someone said, you're incorrect, I said, well, okay.
Yeah, but there were clearly two different pictures.
Yeah.
So whatever. Because I've seen it both ways. But not like you look at it once and it's one way and you look at it, like two different photos.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Cool optical illusion.
It had to do with the lighting. That's all it was.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah. Number 14, if you ask what's wrong and you say nothing, we act like nothing's wrong. We know you're lying, but it's just not worth the hassle.
Yeah, because if we stress the argument like,
that makes it worse.
No, really, what's wrong?
You know what I say? You know what I say?
Hmm?
Yeah, you'll tell me when you're ready. Because they will. They're building up to it. That's all it is. Number 15. That was number 15. Oh no, that was number 14. But okay, number 15. If you ask a question you don't want an answer to, expect an answer you don't want to hear.
Yeah, why ask the question at all? Do you want to get mad?
This has nothing to do with women or men. This is everybody.
Yeah.
I am always giving people an out on this. I say, do you really want me to answer that? Because I will not lie to you.
And if you hear that, like, do you want my honest opinion, usually you're not going to like the answer.
I'll say, are you sure? I will give them every out available. And I actually find it's more men than women that I have to do that with.
Oh, well, whatever. Everybody's different.
Number 16, when we have to go somewhere, absolutely anything you wear is fine, really.
Yeah, man, wear that trash bag you found the other day. You look great.
Number 17, don't ask us what we're thinking about unless you are prepared to discuss topics such as football or motorsports.
Swimming pools.
I will sit there and think about Doom. Okay? And if somebody asks me, what are you thinking about, I will probably lie or something, but, like, I'll be thinking about Breaking Bad. It could be something, like, totally irrelevant,
Oh, just thinking about this Doom Wad idea I had.
Oh, yeah. I'll be thinking about, like, what the best weapon is or something. Number 18, you have enough clothes.
Yeah.
You never convince them. Number 19, you have too many shoes.
Yeah,
or in Julie's case, too many boots.
I mean, I have known women that only have, like, 2 or 3 pairs of shoes.
I have known men that have entire closets for their sneakers. So.
There you go.
And I've told them that is the gayest thing I've ever heard.
I think it's excessive.
It's so... But you know what? Some guys are just super into sneakers. I don't know.
People are into shit.
It's like Chum-Li,
Like Chumley, like the place where you go buy retro video games? Who?
Wait a minute. You have a video game store called Chumley? Because I was talking about the dude from Pawn Stars.
Oh, it's like a retro game store. It's Chumley's, like Leighs. Chumley's.
Okay.
So Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
There's a guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
He's the doofy one. He's everybody's favorite.
I don't watch Pawn Stars. I don't like that show.
Pawn Stars is fucking awesome. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I think they just rip everybody off.
Actually, I've seen a lot of occasions where they've had ample opportunity to rip somebody off, and they've just been a little too honest to do it.
Well, good for them. I don't have a very good perception of the show.
I've seen people bring something in there like, how much are you asking? And they'll be like, oh, I'm asking $1,000, and Rick will be like, I gotta be honest with you, it's probably worth a lot more than that.
So then they say, like, take it to an auction house or something?
No, they'll bring in an expert to appraise it then.
Oh, yeah. I got this expert who knows everything about ancient Indian dildos.
Oh, yeah, they have an expert. I remember this one guy he brought in, he was trying to bring in a hat that he said was owned by John Wayne and was used in a movie. And he's like, I'm going to bring in an expert. And he's like, who's the expert? He's like, it's John Wayne's son.
Oh, okay.
And it was, yeah. Anyway, number 20. I am in shape. Round is a shape.
Yeah. Got that right.
Well, until your doctor tells you otherwise, right?
Look at me now. I'm a pear.
Yeah. Number 21. Thank you for reading this. Yes, I know I'm sleeping on the couch tonight, but did you know that men really don't mind that? It's like camping.
Yeah, make a blanket for it.
That is true. We don't mind that much. Like, women think that's like some huge punishment. But I don't think that they're trying to punish the guy. I think they just don't want us around.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about them when they do that.
Yeah, they just don't want to see our face.
That's exactly what it is. They want nothing to do with you at that moment. It's like, okay, we can give you your space.
You can both, give off some steam.
Yeah, we don't have to have sex every day. We have a hand. Anyway, out of 21, some of these are kind of sketchy, I'll be honest. I'm gonna give it like 14. What do you say?
I was thinking 15.
Oh, we're close by. All right, I know where to. Okay, we got time for one more, I think, before you got to go, because you were saying you're not married to the idea of leaving 11. And this next one.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready right now.
This next one is so for you.
Okay.
It is 20 jokes so terrible they're actually funny.
All right, I'm on board.
I'm not, but I saved this for you, so.
All aboard, Captain.
Number 1, 2 antennas met on a roof, fell in love, and got married. The ceremony wasn't much, but the reception was excellent.
I've heard that one before.
I've heard that too. I didn't laugh then. I ain't laughing now.
Woo.
Number 2, a jumper cable walks into a bar. The bartender says, "I'll serve you, but don't start anything." They all are. That's basically the same joke.
Yeah.
Are they all going to be that? All right. Number 3, a woman has twins and gives them up for adoption. One of them goes to a family in Egypt and is named Amal. The other goes to a family in Spain. They name him Juan. This is going to be bad, I can tell. Years later, Juan sends a picture of himself to his birth mother. Upon receiving the picture, she tells her husband that she wishes she also had a picture of Amal. Her husband replies, "They're twins. If you've seen Juan, you've seen Amal."
Don't.
Dord.
Dord indeed.
See, it wasn't until the end I realized I should have been saying Amal. I thought it was Amal.
You've seen them all.
Yeah. Number 3, a dyslexic man... Oh, God. Dyslexic man walks into a bra. Number 5, a man walks into a bar with a slab of asphalt under his arm and says, "A beer, please, and one for the road."
I love it.
You love it. You would.
You would.
This is a joke that isn't so much bad, but it's so old that it stepped in dinosaur shit.
Sweet.
2 cannibals are eating a clown. One says to the other, "Does this taste funny to you?"
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
Well,
that's
that's like from the Stone Age, man.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yeah. Number 7, "Doc, I can't stop singing the green, green grass of home. That sounds like Tom Jones syndrome. Is it common? Well, it's not unusual."
Ah!
Wah, wah. Number 8, 2 cows are standing next to each other in a field. Daisy says to Dolly, "I was artificially inseminated this morning." "I don't believe you," says Dolly. "It's true, no bull," exclaims Daisy.
No bull, indeed.
That is almost funny.
No, it's pretty good.
It's almost funny. Number 9, an invisible man marries an invisible woman. The kids were nothing to look at either.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's the same as the first 2.
I still like it.
It's the same fucking joke.
It's that's a type of joke though.
Yeah, but it's like, how many times can you tell that same joke?
Oh, so many.
Well, speaking of which, number 10, deja vu, the feeling that you've heard this bull before.
Actually, I didn't like that one.
Neither did I. I'm just saying it's appropriate.
Neither did I. Oh.
Number 11, I went to buy some camouflage trousers the other day, but I couldn't find any. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's a try-hard right
That
there.
is very try-hard. Number 12, I mean, that's almost a good joke. Like, it could be better, you know? That's sort of like Mitch Hedberg had a joke, "I haven't slept for 2 weeks," because that would be too long.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually funny. Number 12, a man woke up in a hospital after a serious accident. He shouted, "Doctor, doctor, I can't feel my legs." The doctor replied, "I know you can't. I've cut off your arms."
That's funny.
That doesn't make sense, but okay.
Because he would be feeling his legs with his arms.
No, you'd be feeling your legs with, like, your brain, dude. Like, when you say "I can't feel my legs," it's because they've, like, fallen asleep or gone numb or something.
That's the joke.
It's a bad joke. Number 13, I went to a seafood disco last week and pulled a mussel.
Nah. Because you eat them.
Yeah, I know. Number 14, what do you call a fish with no eyes?
What?
A fish.
A
fish. Number 15, 2 fish swim into a concrete wall. The one turns to the other and says, "Damn."
Nah.
That's like a Fox Force 5 joke right there.
Is that like a goddamn?
Is this a goddamn... I knew a girl, me and Andrew and Mark all knew this girl named Janice, right? She was literally the most boring person on the planet.
Oh, wow.
Talking to her.
That's a statement.
Talking to her was the perfect cure for insomnia. She would talk about like knitting and shit. It was terrible.
Knitting.
I once called her the most Caucasian person on the planet, and Andrew was like, "But she's Mexican," and I'm like, "We ain't claiming her." Well, not that I'm Puerto Rican, but you get the point.
Right.
She's just like, I'm like, no, she's an honorary white.
Honorary.
Yeah.
You white.
You white. But anyway, she once came back from her vacation. She went to the Hoover Dam because apparently that's a place where really white Mexican people go on vacation.
How exciting.
She took pictures, and she wanted me and Andrew and Mark to look at the pictures with her. Separately. This was over AOL Instant Messenger. This was like back in 2003.
Oh, wow.
All three of us, independently of each other, without conferring with each other and without knowing that we were all making the same joke, we all asked her, "Is that a goddamn?" And not only did she not get the joke, but she didn't make a connection that we all said it.
Like, what are the odds?
Yeah. Like, she never even said, "That's weird." That's what the other two guys said, you know? And what's fair is, like, at first I thought only me and Mark said it, and, like, Andrew told me, like 2 years later that he'd said that, and I was like, oh my god, we said the same thing, and it's like, is that a goddamn? Alright, two Eskimos sitting on a kayak were chilly, so they lit a fire in the craft. Unsurprisingly, it sank, proving once again that you can't have your kayak and heat it too. That goes a long way for not very much.
It was worth it.
Number 17, a group of chess enthusiasts checked into a hotel and were standing in the lobby discussing their recent tournament victories. After about an hour, the manager came out to the office and asked them to disperse. But why, they asked as they moved off. Because, he said, I can't stand chestnuts boasting in an open foyer.
Oh, wow.
That also went a long way for very little payoff.
That's kind of impressive, though. Come on.
It's impressive from a linguistic standpoint, but it's not funny. Number 18, two peanuts walk into a bar, and one was assaulted. Yeah, that's so old, man.
I've told that joke before.
Yeah, I mean, like, the Big Bang happened, and then that joke happened right after it. Number 19, Mahatma Gandhi, as you know, walked barefoot most of the time, which produced an impressive set of calluses on his feet. He also ate very little, which made him rather frail, and with his odd diet, he suffered from bad breath. This made him a super calloused, fragile mystic hexed by halitosis.
Oh, wow. Come on. You gotta give it up for that.
It's clever, but I'm not laughing. You're not even laughing.
I'm smiling.
Okay. I'm smiling too, but it ain't funny.
Well, it's all right. It's not laugh out loud funny, but it's humorous.
Well, this is the last one.
Oh, boy.
And finally, there was the person who sent 20 different puns to his friends with the hope that at least 10 of the puns would make them laugh. No pun intended. That is the same joke as the last one and the chess one.
Oh, that is funny. That's a good one to end on. No pun intended. Woo! That's so good.
I knew that you would love this just as I knew that I would hate it.
Hey, some of them actually were not genuinely good.
None of them were good. That was the premise.
Oh, a lot of them were fantastic.
Yeah, but the premise was that they're so terrible that they're funny.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
I'm allowed to like my puns.
Out of 20, I mean, I will give it a 10, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, wow.
Because half of the title was correct. They were terrible, but they weren't funny. So
I'm going to give it
half.
a 17. A couple of them were like, eh.
Well, a couple of them were just old.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't, put out. I think I just got the weirdest spam date ever.
Oh?
The spam email. Okay, I see this. I don't get much spam. I see this. It says Tia Sinden. And the subject line is space the final article.
Okay.
I'm like, what the hell is this shit? So I click on it. Hi. We all know that niche dating is exploding, and I'd like to introduce you to trekdating.com.
Oh, no.
I don't need to go on. They're trying... It's a dating site for Star Trek fans.
Nerds!
I mean, really?
Suck it, nerds.
I have to look at the site.
Oh, no. They got you. They got you, man.
No, I just want to see what kind of people are on here.
Bail.
I'm not going to hook up. I have a girlfriend, but I want to look at the website.
Well, you know they're gonna like plant pictures of people who don't actually use the site.
We're going to give a fake date of birth. Apparently I was born on February 2nd, 1959.
Whoa.
My first name is Cletus.
Mm-hmm.
And my email address, let's make a fake one. Well, how
Boner
about
69.
Cletus at what?
Boner 69.
Boner69.com. Choose a password. Fuck you. Hey, if you guys want to log in this account, it's Cletus at Boner69.com. The password's fuck you. All lowercase.
It's gonna explode.
You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I just wanted to look at this. Yeah, terms of use, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to see, like, what kind of people are on here.
Swipe left. Swipe left.
Yeah, instead of Tinder, it's Trekker.
Yeah, see? It writes itself. They took the source code from Tinder, slapped a...
Well, it's not an app, though. It's a website, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be honest here.
Mm-hmm.
They got some ugly-ass women on here.
Aww.
And that's a shame, because I know many fine ladies who are into Star Trek, but they ain't on the site.
I honestly don't know many people who are into Star Trek.
You know me. I like
You're
Star
one.
Trek.
That's one.
You know Tanya.
That's two.
How do you know? I don't know anybody that doesn't like Star Trek.
I just hang with a very unique set of people.
Okay, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not everybody's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the thing. There's been like 12 movies and like 5 shows. There's gonna be something that somebody likes. You know what I mean?
Okay, to be fair, some of the people that I know like the new Star Trek movies.
That's fine. They're good. I enjoy them. I can't wait to see the new one.
Hell yeah.
Star Trek Beyond looks fucking dope.
But the thing is, if I mention the shows, that they all roll their eyes. Like,
well, there's going to be a new show soon that is based on these new movies. So.
Obviously not the same cast.
I don't know if it's the same cast. I know it's going to be on, like... It's not going to be on TV. It's going to be on streaming.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know if it's the Enterprise crew or if it's some other crew. I don't know.
But why is it you can like the movies, but God help you like the show?
I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you, man.
Sometimes it's lonely when I want to talk about, hey, remember that episode of Voyager?
Maybe you can get... I don't know, like... Star Trek Into Darkness was basically a remake of Wrath of Khan anyway. That's you're in.
Yeah, you're in.
You're in. That's how you get them, you know, you say, hey, this is like the same fucking movie.
Except, and they'll be like, yeah, but that's old. And?
Yeah, so what, right? It's just like Ricardo Montalban has a much bigger chest, that's all.
Yeah, that ain't no sun chest.
You know that his chest was so impressive, and he was like, what, like 67 when he made that movie?
Yeah.
And people really thought that it was fake.
Yeah, they thought it was a sun chest.
They thought it was a plastic mold or something.
Yeah.
Apparently, every cast member and the director and Ricardo Montalban himself, they've all said, that's all Montalban.
That's the real deal.
Good for him. He's still around, ain't he?
I don't know.
I think he is. He's got to be old as fuck right now. He'll be like 103 and like still like walking with his pecs out.
Look like he's 53.
Yeah, right. Let me see. I was just looking to see how old he is and if he's still alive. Oh no, he died in 2009.
Oh man.
He was 88.
He lasted though.
Yeah. What did he die of? I mean, somebody had to have like done a fatality or something. I mean, dude was healthy. I mean, dude was healthy, right?
Yeah.
Does it say? Oh, here we go. Death. He died. He literally died of old age.
Oh, wow. He just ran out the clock. Yeah.
Complications from advancing age.
Wow.
His precise cause of death was later revealed to be congestive heart failure.
Well, that's
which is something that you usually have for like years and years. So,
mm-hmm.
So if he never had congestive heart failure, he'd probably like live to be 120 and just like, still after Captain Kirk.
Yeah, obsessive.
All right, well that's the show, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. I hope, especially that last list, I hope somebody got something out of it other than Jesse, because I didn't get much out of it. Yeah, and I said other than Jesse. I know you got... the reason I did it was because I knew you'd get a lot out of it.
That's all that matters.
Well, we are trying to entertain people here.
Right.
Holy shit, that's all that matters. It's all about me, baby, me.
Me. Yeah.
I don't know why I just turned into, like, Jack Nicholson there.
Mm-hmm. Or Christian Slater.
Christians later, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, thank you guys for listening to List Critics 2, and I'll see you guys next month with List Critics and List Critics 2, and, yeah.
See you next time.
Indeed. Nia sex time.